What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's talk some Eagles and a little Phils. Giddy up. Let's go. This ain't the fuck like Austin Stinker, he stinks.
Oh shit!
He's gone.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in. This is Fan Friday, only on A2D Radio. Every Friday, we are brought to you by Gleason's Bar, which is located 6700 Mill Creek Avenue, Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or online. Gleason's Bar and Steaks.com is where you can find them. Listen, their cheesesteak, phenomenal. Meat to cheese ratio, perfection, baby. Perfection. Go check out Gleason's Bar and make sure you use a promo code A2D for 10% off. You can even take out, right? Order online. Whatever you got to do, get it done. Use a promo code. Trust our process. Pete Young, like usual. Jake Friel, like usual. I'm Tom Arnone, like semi-usual. Johnny Schmidt hasn't been with us for a minute, but maybe
He's ducking me.
He's ducking. We'll see if Johnny Boy graces with his presence. Coming home for the holidays.
Better show up with a receipt in hand.
Probably won't for you, though. Probably not going to show up with the receipt. Maybe that's why he's not. Maybe that's why he's still ducking. Still ducking. We'll do our call-ins. Just kidding. Just kidding, Johnny. We'll do our call-ins like we do with every show. Well, I am. You might not be. But you have your own person. You know, you guys have your own little agendas with each other. So I'll let you guys fight that war. I'm not getting involved in your guys' war.
I mean, I won. So there's no war to fight.
Well, did you ever get what you won?
I'm still waiting on that.
Wow. See, I did not know that. I did not know that. He seems like the kind of guy who delivers. I guess not.
He tried to backtrack a little bit.
Well, we got tape on everything.
Yep.
Tape is available.
Yes.
The NFL.
Jake has seen. Jake looked through the tape, so
it's there.
Confirm, Jake.
It is there.
It is there. Call-ins. I think I was on that show anyway, and I do remember this. So call-ins at the end of the show. Last half hour, we open it up to you, the people. For the people. Call in, inbox any of our A2D socials for the link, and come join us for a couple minutes. Come soaking in with us. NFL Week 11 preview and picks. Go through that. Bryce Harper wins the MVP.
Sexy.
It's cool, right? It's cool.
Still remember being in a Taco Bell when we got him.
Yeah, we're gonna listen. That was gonna be our main topic in hand up until the Dallas Goedert signing, and then we shifted, right? And we're going in a different direction, but that's still our second topic in hand is Bryce Harper, and I got things to say to what would have been our other poll question. Like I got ways that I feel about it that, you know, I'm gonna say it's not that like you had to sign him, so like, you know what I mean, you had no choice but to spend stupid money. But we still, this isn't all on him, obviously. We still haven't gone to the postseason. So, like, none of it's worth it. And he'll tell you this for individual accolades. Like, individual accolades mean nothing if you're not at least playing October baseball. Right? I mean, that's just as simple as that. So, it's cool. It's a cool award. It's well-deserved, right? But, like, I think I can speak for him when I say this, too. It means nothing if we don't start going to postseasons.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's as simple as that. Our main topic at hand is going to be the Eagles, and it's going to be the Eagles extend Dallas Goedert. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the Eagles-Saints game, give you some score predictions, have some fun with that. And our main topic in hand and our poll question are brought to you by Manscaped, and you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence. Always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. All kinds of new stuff. Lip balm out, right? 2-in-1, body wash, shampoo. So just coming out with newer and newer things. Go get your hands on some of these things and get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D. Our poll question for tonight's show, Dallas Goedert has shown enough on the field to justify his 4-year extension. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Tell us where you're joining us from. Where are you joining us from? Let us know. Answer the poll. Do you agree or disagree? Dallas Goedert has shown enough on the field to justify his 4-year extension. It's a tough one, right? Like,
Is it?
I don't know if he's necessarily justified it. Has he had glimpses? I'll give everybody the glimpse game. He's had glimpses of deserving this 4-year deal, right? Glimpses. He's not fully shown enough to say, hey, you're in top 3-5 tight end money in football. Hasn't shown that. And I'm not taking a shot at Dallas. I'm just saying, hasn't shown that. Good for you able to get the deal done. But it's a typical Howie Roseman because he thinks 3 years from now, it's a steal. It's a steal. That's how he looks at it. Now, maybe with no Zach Ertz, right? And it opened up there that his production can go up. And then he gets hurt. And he was hurt for 4 or 5 games last year. And I'm not blaming concussions on saying you're injury prone. I'll never do that. But, you missed another game. I don't know if he's going to play this week, but he's missed another game. So I don't hate the deal in any way, stretch, or form, right? Like, there's nothing I don't dislike the deal because I like Dallas Goedert. And he's young, and you would hope that he can come into his own and become your legitimate number 1 tight end, right? We're all going to hope that. Mm-hmm. But he's shown me glimpses and spurts that justify it, but not like enough. And I know that the poll's enough. No, I wouldn't say enough. I wouldn't say he's shown me enough to say he's a top 3 to 5 tight end in football yet. But I think he's shown me enough glimpses to say that he can be. So it's more of like he can be. The potential's there, but he hasn't fully put it all together yet. So I'm going to disagree. Because I don't think he's shown me enough spurts, glimpses, right? Some good things on a highlight tape, but not the consistency enough. And listen, that could just be attributed to Zach Ertz here for a while, right? I mean, it could simply be attributed to that. And they see things, which I'll never give Howie Roseman credit for, but they I think they believe he's going to be that guy more than he's necessarily shown enough to justify it currently. Mm-hmm. Family, let us know. You guys go ahead, agree or disagree that Dallas Goedert has shown enough on the field to justify his 4-year extension.
I'm going to disagree. I was a fan of the draft pick when we made it. But again, to your point, to where the talent's there. He's shown us glimpses. He's shown us potential. But again, a lot of that was when Zach Ertz was here. So you had that tandem. But there's also the fact that, and if I remember correctly, I think at the beginning of Zach Ertz's career, he had this issue too, to where he just couldn't stay healthy. Now, again, I blame Howie Roseman at the same point too, because he did the same thing. He did an early signing for Jordan Mailata, which is turning out well. I'm not going to slough him for that. But then the Josh Sweat extension.
So he's 1 for 2
again. Exactly. He's like, so he's batting 50. He's 500 right now out of 2 at bats. But I get it. Because again, you're talking about potential, you're talking about talent, all that's good. He can make the catches, he can make the plays. He's a big physical guy who can block, and a lot of people criticize Zach Ertz for that because he wasn't really a great blocker per se. But he's a bigger, talented tight end. He can make all the catches, do all that. But again, I need to see him stay healthy. Now, when you talk about Jalen Hurts, we preach that we need to see a full 17. I would have rather waited to see a complete season to where, okay, I know what I got. I know what I have. I can either give him an extension now or I can let him go and test the free market. But I disagree with the poll. Like I said, I'm just not a fan of how much money he got. But at the same time, that's what the market dictates. But can he be great? Sure. Because, again, he's shown glimpses. He's shown potential. But I'm just not a fan of the contract. So, again, I'm going to have to disagree.
Pete?
I also disagree. I'm not the biggest Dallas Goedert fan, probably because it was just Dallas Goedert fanboys who would just trash Ertz for no reason. Like, I see the talent. He's good. Like everyone says, he's shown glimpses. But, like, I don't think he's shown me enough to pay him that amount of money. If it were up to me, I would have traded him for picks, and I would have extended Zach Ertz. But that's just me. But, like, I understand why Howie traded. I mean, I understand why he signed him. You know, he's one of his guys. He actually hit on. He's played well-ish. But like Ertz, he can't stay healthy for whatever it is. And I'm still waiting for this breakout season because it was supposed to be last season and then it was supposed to be this season. I'm assuming next season is when it's breakout season. I wouldn't have paid him the second most for a tight end. What is it? $14.5 million a year?
I think it's 15 flat.
Oh, really? I thought it was 14.
I think. I could be wrong. You could be right.
But even that, like, I wouldn't have given them that. Like, I think they gave him way too much money.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said,
I agree.
The market dictates. You gotta.
I agree. It's typical Howie Roseman trying to get ahead of the curve.
So I have a side thing to this. So because you paid Dallas Goedert, you got to pay Avonte now, right?
Yep.
Because they're roomies. They're best friends. You're going to piss off your number one tight end and you don't pay his buddy.
Well, they're going to get their own places now with the money that Dallas has, and most likely Avonte's going to get, because Avonte's had a great year.
He has. I think he's a top 5 slot corner
in the slot. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'd extend him.
Oh, I would too. I don't want to extend Miles, but that's a whole other discussion for another day.
Chucks comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, right.
You don't need.
You have his boy Gainwell, so
solid tight end, but not upper for that.
Echelon, no.
I keep hearing everyone call him like a top 5 tight end, and I'm like, for what?
No.
Like he has that one game a year that because Zach Ertz is hurt or something, they're like, oh my God, look at, he had like 90 yards and like a touchdown. I said, yeah, because the other guy's not playing. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he'll have games where it's just like, oh, it's wide open, it's in the end zone, it's in his hands, and he drops it. Like, he has all these moments to have like this huge game, and it always goes over his head.
That's a good point too. I forgot about that.
He also, I don't like his fumbles from time to time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, listen, again,
has he though?
Some of the inconsistencies. Simply because Goddard has shown he's in the upper echelon of tight ends talent-wise. We just need to see consistency. Well, that's the problem, right? So we're banking on consistency. So we're hoping that he'll figure all that out and become consistent.
Everyone keeps
stay on the field.
Everyone keeps saying he's in
so
the
again,
upper echelon.
You're throwing stuff at the wall per se and praying it sticks.
Mm-hmm.
My hot take: I'd rather have David Njoku than Dallas Goedert. That's just.
Well, you're also biased because of the Browns.
No, I'm not. I honestly think he's better.
I don't want to go that far.
He's just so inconsistent. Like,
well, you're talking about Njoku too. Njoku's had his fair share of injuries himself.
This is true, but I've actually seen Njoku ball though. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for the Dallas Goedert ball season.
Well, if you want to get into detail, you could look back at his rookie year at that terrible, unnecessary roughness in the Dallas game where he should have had a 75-yard touchdown. But I mean, that's neither.
It's in Jerry World. You're never getting that call. I hate to tell people that. You're never getting that call.
That's true too. But again,
I'll agree with you on a lot of things, Pete. Njoku, knock it off.
I don't know.
Yeah,
hey, man.
Knock it off. You give me other guys in the Joko. Stop. Stop. In the Joko. Dallas Goedert in the Joko. Come on. I mean, he's the only tight end there, right? I mean, let's give the guy a little bit of a pass here, even though
I got Austin Hooper.
That he's been playing with a Pro Bowl tight end. He's been playing with a Pro Bowl tight end next to him. So, I mean, we have to give him a little bit of a shake, and the fact that we've been critical of this quarterback throwing the football a little bit too. We got to give a little bit of a shake. I still agree with Jesse though. I still think they're 2-3 million more than they need to go. Mm-hmm. But listen, it is what it is. Now we're in pray mode. Now we're in the mode where he's on the field. He's on the field. What are you saying?
I said, show me. That's what I want from him. I just show me you're worth all that. Like, we traded Ertz, we paid you. Now it's time to ball the fuck out.
Just depends on if he plays on Sunday.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned that at all.
No, I know they said he was a limited participant in practice, but that he could just be catching balls from a jugs machine. So
potential, yes, there potential.
Yeah, this is all based on potential.
It's the best. No, I've actually heard people say he's a top 5 tight end, and I'm just like, I must be watching a different sport.
He has the potential to be, sure.
No, yeah, potential. But I've actually heard people be like, "Oh, he's definitely in the top 5 discussion." No. Like, actually, not like, "Oh, well, potential down the road." Like, no.
Yeah, no, not yet.
No, he's not. He's not there yet, and he's not there consistency wise, and he's not there staying on the field enough, and things like that, and the potential to be there, sure. But again, I don't want to hate on the deal because I want him back, right? At this point, like I'll take him back. I just think this is typical Howie Roseman. That part of it is based on I believe this guy's talented. He's young. Let me get him now, right? Let me get him during the season too. A guy just got concussed, so I'm gonna get this done after the guy got a concussion, which is just amazing to me. Right? Like this deal's done when a guy hasn't even came out of concussion protocol. I'd like to know when this was like brought up. Was this brought up on Monday?
Right.
Like that makes me laugh a little bit. But again, it's same as Josh Sweat. Like, the potential to be there is there, right? And same thing with Mulata. Like there's enough flashes of potential. So this is what he does. And I can't tell you if that's right or wrong right now.
Yeah. It's to be determined.
Yeah. It's a gamble. I mean, Wayne said it's a gamble. I mean, this is what it is. It's a gamble. Howie's banking that he becomes a top 3 tight end in football. And if he becomes a top 3 tight end in football, Howie looks like a genius.
Yep.
It's as simple as this. This is the Howie Roseman Show, ladies and gentlemen. If it's your first time in, welcome to the Howie Show, because this is what he does. He's done it 3 times this fucking year.
During the Howie Show.
3 guys during the season. During the season, 1 guy just had a concussion. My goodness gracious. We're not even letting guys get out of concussion protocol. We're trying to get one over them so much. Goodness. See straight.
There's another comment I was looking at too. Where is it? Scott says, now that you gave Dallas money, do you think Jalen doesn't ask for more at the beginning of his 3rd year? No, I don't think so. I don't think he's that type of guy, to be honest.
If I'm Howie Roseman and Jalen Hurts walked into my office starting to ask for contract discussions, I literally just laugh until he leaves.
Yeah, no, not yet. Way too early.
Yeah, I don't know.
Win some games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a 4-year, right?
Yeah, it's 4-year.
Yeah, it's 4 years. Yep.
The only way you even start sniffing that is if they go on a run and win a playoff game.
That, and you can add a 5-year option too. So there's also that. So they have.
I don't know. The Jalen Hurts asking for more, Scotty. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't get yet. I mean, he's.
No.
Yeah, Jay, he's a 2nd-round pick. Are you adding a 5-year option?
Yeah, I mean, he needs to go in and win a fucking Super Bowl to start going in and asking for more money.
Asking for money, yeah.
Yeah, that's not how that works. I mean,
no.
he's 4-6 as a starting quarterback this year. I mean, it's not saying that's all his fault. I'm just telling you that's what their record is. Sort of doesn't give you really legs to stand on, in terms of that. But talk to me if he has a junior year per se next year where he shows what he's going to be like next. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's no excuses next year. Next year, you're like a junior in college, right? You're a junior in high school. It's when you start to show if you can really play or not.
Yeah, because next year you're going to have like a built-up defense. You're going to have a second year in the system. You're going to have a better understanding of how to run this offense. And you're going to have year three of Quez Watkins and year 2 of Devonta Smith. Not to mention Dallas Goedert and whoever else is going to be on this team.
Yeah.
Call Devontae Adams. Call.
Listen, if they sign Devontae Adams, then
Jeff says Howie paying Goddard tells me that Jalen is in Howie's mind, and he'll be his guy for the foreseeable future.
I don't know how you.
I don't agree with that. Like, he's a homemade guy. Like Howie drafted him, he played well, and it makes sense to sign him. I don't think it has anything to do with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I don't know how you connect the two, Jeff, but yeah, I don't know, because Howie loves his draft picks, right? He loves his own guys. He loves the guys that he brought in, and he's admitted before he gets too connected to some of the guys he drafted, right? So,
all right, time to extend J-Jaw.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I can kind of see where you're coming from, Jeff, but I just don't.
The only thing I think is money.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think of. But yeah, other than that, I don't know how you connect Goddard with Jalen as far as that goes. Because again, you're talking about potential. The potential's there, but can he stay healthy? Wayne also says, "What's up, Wayne?
Avante.
Who else, or should we extend if anyone? Yeah, Avante Maddox. That's the only one I'm really extending right now. Miles, no.
It's the only one up for conversation right this second.
Exactly. Miles, no.
If Nelson keeps playing the way he's playing for the rest of the season, I'm definitely looking at bringing him back. I mean, he's been a very solid number 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean he's been solid, but I can also draft Derek Stingley in the top of the first round. And
who? Steven Nelson? You're saying, Pete?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I would consider it. I would consider it, depending on.
As I've said before, I'm not talking mad money in years, but I'd do a solid 2-year extension. So that let's say you drafted Derek Stingley, if he's better than Nelson, he gets to start. But if not, you get a solid veteran to play and for him to learn from.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a big problem with it.
I mean, it beats the days of Bradley Fletcher and Kerry Williams too.
I was just gonna pull this comment up too. What's up, Jimmy?
What up, Jimmy? Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrews, top 4.
Yep.
So you got guys like Hunter.
Whoa! Take Kyle Pitts out of there. Take Kyle Pitts out of there right now.
Kyle Pitts, Mike Gesicki, Zach Ertz, Evan Ingram, and Noah Fant. Is Goddard better than these 6?
That's who I wanted. When we were talking about drafting tight ends, I wanted Mark Andrews.
He's better than some of them.
Yeah, he's better than some. Not all of them, though.
No, not all of them.
I think he's better than Ingram. I don't think he's better, and maybe Noah Fant. I don't think he's better than Gesicki or any of the top 4.
No, not yet. Top 4.
No.
But, right now I would say okay. I mean, I don't know if he's better than Pitts or not yet. I mean, that's almost an unfair one to even put in. But Gesicki's probably better than him. Ertz is obviously right now still prime-ish, so I would say he's better than him. Ingram, Dallas is better than Ingram. And Noah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, I don't watch enough Broncos games to tell you.
I've watched tape on him. He's pretty good. Honestly, I enjoy him.
He's talented, but
I feel like he's very similar. I think he's like okay. Dallas Goedert, except he doesn't get hurt a lot.
Yeah, and I'll take that all day.
Yeah, I mean, listen, is he close to top 5? Arguably, sure.
Mhm.
But I'll go Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrews, Ertz until Ertz shows he can't play anymore. Then I'll go Hunter Henry. And then I think you really have the argument for Dallas Goedert.
I like
Yeah,
Higbee.
between Goddard and Gesicki.
I really like Higbee in L.A.
Tyler Higbee.
Yeah, I like Tyler Higbee. I don't.
Tyler Higbee's like a consistent guy, but he's not going to put up
Can he be as
crazy
good as
numbers
Tyler
every year.
Higbee? I'd be completely fine with that.
Yeah, he's not a guy that's going to put up
Or,
crazy numbers every year, though.
Yeah, I gotta see Higbee's career numbers.
Yeah, they're nothing crazy.
I mean, neither are Goddard's.
No, but he got a crazy good extension. So let's see. Mr. Wing, you guys surprised that Hurts is close to the Mannings? I did see.
I
that.
had never even heard of that. I didn't even know that was a thing until I heard it.
There was a
He
had a press. Yeah, he went to one of Peyton Manning's camps, and then he said he's been texting Peyton back and forth here and there. So I mean,
This is
Again,
Peyton's first thing to him. Hey, stay in the pocket. Stop moving. He's open. Throw.
Yeah, but to that other poll, not to the other poll, to the other question, the Jimmy's, I do believe you can make a legit argument that he's a top 7 tight end in football right now.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You have that leg to stand on. So that's why this deal isn't crazy. So I want people to understand, even though if we're disagreeing to the poll, it doesn't mean this deal is absurd or ridiculous.
It's not like a bad move or something like that. I just don't know if I would have given him that much, like maybe 3 to 5 less. Yes, Landon Dickerson is amazing.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot better, that's for sure.
Yeah, all right. Automatically, see, you got to remove the linebacker in round 1 because that's not happening. Me and Jake touched on this a few times. Three linebackers in the existence of the Philadelphia Eagles selected in the first round.
Yeah, they're not going to go linebacker. So we just got to get.
They haven't drafted a linebacker since 1979.
Well, we could this year if we have 3 first-round picks. There's a chance. There's a chance.
I mean, there's a chance I could fuck Taylor Swift. I mean,
no, I think this chance is a little bit better than you have with Taylor Swift. Go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the chance of us going linebacker with 3 first-round picks is higher than your chances with Taylor Swift.
I don't. I honestly don't think it is.
All right, well, you shoot your shot in April, and the Phillies will shoot theirs, and we'll come out with who makes their shot.
I still.
If I had to guess, since I'm a betting man, since I am a betting man, I would guess that both of you don't. So I would say nobody has a shot, but that's neither here nor there.
Also, linebacker safety combos don't count.
Listen, I agree, Jesse. I want to see him build in the trenches again. Beat people up there. That's where you win football games.
Anyone in the SEC, that's it. Only SEC from now on.
I've been preaching that for years.
Nicky, a win's a win. So I don't, want to take anything away, but it depends how he plays, right? Like, if he throws 2 picks and a touchdown and he don't look good, but we get out with a win, could we run for 200 plus somehow, right? Then it's different, right? You know what I mean? So it just depends. Like, as long as he looks,
he's gonna have some.
As long as he looks good, my confidence will continue to go up, right? Like he doesn't have to light the world on fire. But if
they're gonna be out. They're going to be out Kamara, Ramchak, Armstead, and I think their sack leader, who I can't recall at the top of my head.
I forget his name. He has like a real complicated last name, but the Saints are hurt. Saints are hurt real bad. So
yeah, that doesn't matter to me. I mean, I feel like you guys are right, but I feel like we're just hurt because we're not that good. So we need everything we can get. We need everything we can get. We're 0-4 at home. We're in an air quote. I want to ask you guys: Is this a must win in your opinion? Not just because you're trying to make the playoffs, but like you're 0-4 at home. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to win.
You
have to win.
Young QB.
Mm-hmm.
I say it's a must win at home because your next 2 games are the Giants and the Jets.
Those are both away, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're at
Oh yeah, we're up there.
We're in Jersey for 2 weeks.
Yeah, just hanging.
Yeah, just
Somebody
Just
brought
chilling
this.
Gleason.
Somebody brought this up, and now I can't stop thinking about it. They're like, nothing would be more Eagles ever than beating the Saints and the Giants, and then getting your ass kicked by Joe Flacco.
Yes.
It'd be the ultimate Eagles thing ever. It'd be the most Eagles thing
100%. It's like, and add into the fact that we've never lost to the Jets ever.
Yep.
All right. So in a keeper leg, let me ask you guys a question.
Here we go.
I have Justin Herbert, right? And my one buddy just doesn't stop. And he thinks he can, like, I don't know. I feel like he thinks he can get stuff over on people, right? But I want to ask you a question. Do you guys, now this is a keeper leg in terms of years experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would you guys trade, now I have Justin Herbert, but would you guys trade Jalen Hurts? And the only reason I bring this up is because Jalen Hurts is involved in it, right? So it ties into us talking Eagles, or I would never bring it up. For Elijah Moore and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now, I would have to keep Clyde Edwards-Helaire next year. So I'm not getting anything out of Clyde Edwards-Helaire this year, but it's more of like, okay, I plan on keeping him, which I don't know if I'm even would plan on keeping him.
No, because I think Hurts is a huge, like, while I'm up and down on him as a QB, he's a fantasy darling.
I think he's top 5 right now in fantasy as far as quarterbacks go. I don't know if he went down or up.
Yeah, he's like the ultimate fantasy player.
You're almost guaranteed 20 points with Jalen.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking for. I already asked for Devontae Smith, and he declined that one in my response to him. And now I'm going back to him, and I'm asking for Jalen Waddle. All right, if you want it, fine, I'll give it to you because I have Herbert, right? So like, I'll give it to you. If I didn't have Herbert, I'm not making the move, right? But because I have Herbert, I'll give it to you. But I'm coming back for another young player. That I want. Like, you're not going to just add more slop,
right?
And think you're going to get away with it. I just want the people's opinion out there. That's all. Because I don't make that deal. Like you know, I know Clyde Edwards-Helaire probably isn't even involved in that deal if he's not hurt, right? But you just don't make. I can't make that deal. But I have Herbert, Bill. That's why. So it's like I'm not playing him anyway. I'm not playing Jalen. I can't. Like, not when I have Justin Herbert. I can't.
No.
I can't do that.
I was talking to Jake about this earlier, and to channel my inner Elliot Shorr-Parks. Is this the biggest game of Jalen Hurts' career?
I feel like they say that too much. They say it way too often.
They do. That's why I'm making fun of it.
They say it every week, but
no. That's only when you're Carson Wentz.
Yeah, well, that too. I heard that a lot.
When you're Carson Wentz, every game from year 2 to 5 is the biggest game of your career.
Yeah, no.
Yes, Mark, we will be. That will be our next segment. Our score predictions that we'll get into here in a minute. Whenever you guys are ready, a couple minutes, but let me know. We can continue talking about Goddard and some questions, unless you guys want to get into score predictions. Up to you. Score predictions, players of the game.
Yeah. You go with that, Pete?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is brought to you by FanUp. And FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That's a $50 value. Find them right on the Apple Store. FanUp is who they are. And no salary caps is what they do. Never said that before. So
yeah, right.
I just added that one in. You know what I mean? I just added on the freaking fly while trying to put a bet in.
It's on the prompter. If it's on the prompter, he'll read it.
Yeah, it's on the prompter. That's Sean Brady.
It's on the prompter. He reads it.
The guy's name would be Sean Brace.
Yes.
So go ahead, boys. You guys go first. Tell me your score predictions, and then give me your offense and defense at the same time. Just spit it out. Family out there, let us freaking know. And make sure you're hitting the damn like. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe. Make sure you're hitting the follow. Make sure you're commenting in. All right, we're giving out money tonight. You hit the score prediction, and your tiebreaker is offense, defense, player of the game. That's your tiebreaker if somebody else gets it. So if you hit the score, you win $25. Done and done. Comment in. Give us your score prediction. $25 on the line. Got to nail it. Can't be a point off. It's got to be right on.
I do have them winning the game. Again, this is a game you can't lose, right? Not just for like posterity and that whole thing, but you haven't won a single game at home yet. I haven't heard that, and we're in the middle of November, and the Eagles have not won a game yet at home. What was the last game we won at home? It was Jalen Hurts' last start against the Saints, right?
Yep.
Fitting
Is
so
right.
It's been 11 months. It's going to be kind of like, obviously this is Malcolm Jenkins' second time coming back as a Saint, but it's going to be the first time he comes back as a Saint with fans and that whole thing. So, they'll do the whole video thing before, and they'll be like, oh, Malcolm, we miss you so much. And it's just going to be the whole, yeah, exactly. Fucking Eagles fans are going to be skiing before the game, be like, oh, we miss Malcolm. He never should have gone. He never should have left. But
I shouldn't have. The more we think.
No.
I'm sorry. Have you watched? Have you watched Marcus Epps play? I'm just saying.
No, I'm with you.
Funny, like I thought he was done, right? And he just
did I.
He had a little left in the tizzle. You know what I mean? Had a little left in the tank, Mr. Malcolm.
He's having a great year. That's the thing. He's having a great
year. Hey, we're gonna save some money.
Yeah, well, that turned out well. But anyway,
yes.
It was obviously like Pete alluded to earlier. Yeah, like Pete alluded to earlier. Alvin Kamara's out. They're out. The Saints are out their sack leader, and also they're out their 2 tackles. But again, we've seen this story before, right? Where an opposing team's offensive line's hurt, and that whole thing, and like, this is perfect. We can kill the quarterback. We're gonna get a bunch of sacks, and then we get nothing.
Marky's not playing. Yeah,
Kamara isn't playing.
Your score. He's not.
We literally said he wasn't playing like 4 times.
Yeah. So Kamara's out, so that's huge. Trevor Siemian doesn't scare me at all. I was hearing people on the dial today be like, "Oh, you have to respect Trevor Siemian as a quarterback." Why? He's not good. He's not good at all. He's thrown 5 touchdowns and no interceptions. But
the last time someone said we had to respect that a team should respect Trevor Siemian as a starter, Myles Garrett broke his leg.
Oh yeah, but getting into my score predictions, I think the Eagles win. And especially now that the Saints are without Kamara and their 2 starting tackles. I'm going to go 27-13 Eagles. They get their first home win of the year in the middle of fucking November. And my offensive player of the game, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I think he's going to come back. If he comes back this week, I'm going to go Miles Sanders. Now that they're running the ball a little bit, they're going to get that whole ball rolling a little bit. Obviously, before Miles Sanders got hurt, he just didn't run him. So he has fresh legs. So I think that's going to play a huge factor. So give me Jalen Hurts. And on the defensive side of the ball, give me Darius Slay. He's just been hot. He's been red hot, and I think that continues this week. Who do the Saints have at wide receiver? That's the other thing. Who do the Saints have at wide receiver?
Some guy from the 3rd round.
Yeah. So, offensive player of the game, Miles Sanders, and my defensive player of the game is Darius Slay. Pete?
I'm going to go Eagles win 24-14 because there is no way, shape, and form we lose at home to Trevor Siemian.
Yeah.
My offensive player of the game is going to be Devonta Smith because he's just going to beast and feast. And my defensive player of the game is going to be the Nnamdi Asomugha of Byron Maxwell's per Glenn McNow, Darius Slay.
Darius Slay. Okay.
Well, both you guys went Slay, huh?
I'm sure that'll never.
I mean, Lattimore's pretty good.
He's been struggling a bit this year, though.
Yeah, still pretty good though. They got pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's feasting.
No.
As Pete said, I don't know if there's a feast party, and I love Devontae, but I don't know if there's a feast. I see a lot of 31 scores in the chat. I think that's just a little high. I don't know though. It is a little high. I think we're disrespecting their defense. They're pretty good.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty good.
But I get you. I mean, you're just thinking that they're going 3 and out all the time. That would mean our defense is really good, even though they have nobody playing. But our defense isn't pretty good. We're okay. Listen, we should be able to we should be able to get off the field though, right? And hopefully create some turnovers, and maybe that's where you guys are getting your high scores at in the chat. But I'm right with like Beeb. It was like 20. I think he's 27, 23. You know, I'm like, I'm like, I was 24. I might have been like 24, 21 on Wednesday before like no Kamara. So I might be like 27, 17 now, Eagles. Right? 27, 20.
Yeah, I don't know where everyone's getting these like high 30s or mid 30 game.
Yeah, that's not where I see it. Offensively, who went with Miles? Jake?
I did. Yeah, I did.
And Pete, who'd you take offensively? Devontae, right?
Yeah, I took Devontae.
Do I take Goddard? Hey, Dallas. You know what, dude? Listen, if you're going to win this game, you got to be able to run the football. So give me Jordan Howard.
Really?
Let's go. We got to pound the football this weekend again. I know they're one of the best run defenses in football, but you got to still make them respect it. Mm-hmm. Defensively, I think you got to get a lot of pressure. I don't care who you're playing. And you know what I mean? You got to get pressure, especially on a guy that's not as good. We talking about Josh Sweat a little bit tonight. I think Josh Sweat had a sack or two. I feel like he hasn't had a game. Maybe he's due. They're without their tackles, right? So they were without their offensive tackles, right? You were saying?
Yeah. Both offensive tackles.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, let me get a sack, maybe two. Love to have you, Josh. Man, yeah, there's a lot of high scores. No, okay, Jesse, right? That's what I'm saying. I just want people to confirm, like, if you guys got them getting turnovers and stuff like that. I agree. I think they got to get some turnovers too. That's where I'm getting 27. So it's not like I'm way underneath you guys. I jumped up 3 with no Kamara. I dropped the Saints down 3. I didn't go crazy. It's a big loss, but it's still the NFL. Weird.
Yeah.
A little late Jake field goal from John.
21. Okay. I'll take it. Win's a win. I'll take it.
You know me, Todd. You know me. You know my truth.
I think Howard. I don't think Miles gets more than 5 carries. It's my honest opinion.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
I don't know how healthy he is, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. No need to rush him back anyway.
I mean, I just think for whatever reason they don't want to give him the ball, which is weird.
Well, it's because he dances too much in the backfield.
Yes. I mean,
if you remember, Deuce chewed his ass out last year
in the corner.
You and Chuck should do a show. You know what I mean? You and Chuck should do a show. All right, you two. Your little film sesh, right? A little film sesh talk. Pete and Chuck's film sesh, right? And tell us how he doesn't have too many extra movements. How he doesn't ever want to deliver the blow.
Nope.
He never wants to do those things. So I listen, I think there's a spot always for Miles Sanders because of his explosiveness, right? There's always a spot. Okay, but when he was a lead dog last year, all he did was drop passes and fumble the football.
Yep.
Right? So you had your opportunity to be the lead dog, and I don't say you failed, but you didn't seize it. Right now, a guy comes in and is running the football at a high level in Jordan Howard. Now, I guarantee he's getting carries where Miles wasn't getting carries. I get that.
Yeah.
But running at a high level and a big clip, and it's working. You almost got to earn that back. Who the fuck are you?
My issue with Miles a lot of times is he'll have a hole. It's there. You can get it easily, but he'll like run to the outside to try and like get like a few fancy yards. I'm just like, what are you doing? Just take the easy out. It's there.
Dan's gonna be joining us on Fridays, by the way. I seen his comment earlier.
Is he Johnny's replacement?
Nah, he's not a replacement. We just that guy's on for fun. I mean, you guys have the whole Friday night. You guys can go on an 8 to 12. I mean, you guys can stay on all goddamn night. Nobody's kicking you guys off. You got the whole. You got carte blanche. You got carte blanche, as they say. You go freaking. It's a buffet.
Remember those 4-hour shows? Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
No, why would you?
don't
Why
watch
would
it
you?
twice a week.
Jesus.
Jake, you telling me?
Jesus Christ.
Wednesday night's like 3.5 hours.
Dude, my first night was like 6.
I remember.
Oh my
It's
God!
like a
Yeah.
5-hour show.
We didn't get done until like 3 a.m.
Good time.
My buddy's like, "Why are you
Yeah,
so
exactly.
fucking tired?" I had 6 hours of sports talk radio.
Good times. Good times.
2.5 of them were just Rome bitching about Carson Wentz.
Oh, God. I don't know where he's been. He's been MIA for
And hiding like a cockroach.
No,
Actually,
I know.
no. I still. What were we saying?
Oh, I know,
Go
but
ahead.
that doesn't mean because they haven't predicted low in fantasy that
Yeah,
he's
it
not
doesn't mean
gonna
anything.
they're not gonna run the ball. Like fantasy predictions have been wrong before.
Well, I didn't expect them to run the ball last week because of how good the Broncos' run defense was, and they shut me the hell up. So
Yeah. Ran it down their throat.
They're gonna want to play this kind of game. Like it's just the way they want to they do it, especially with no Kamara. Now they're gonna like, all right, we want to slow the game down a little bit because we feel like that that offense is better than theirs, right? That's just how they're gonna think about it. Remember, they have a better defense than us, though, too.
Yep.
So that can create turnovers and things like that change the whole complexion of the game. So I want to change what you've been doing, right? Which is then you're gonna create some play actions. You're gonna create some of these things, right? That open up the field like they have for Jalen Hurts. There's a reason he's number one over the last 3 weeks in QBR, right? Total is because you ran the football the way you have. I mean, it's common sense here.
Yeah.
Right? It's not an overreaction. It's because you ran the football. So why would you stop that? Because you're putting him in position to be successful now. Not only with his legs, but now you're creating him open throws. We talk about his struggles of throwing guys open a little bit right now. Or maybe a lot of it, right? But you're making that job now a little bit easier on him. Okay, like that's the thing I think he needs to work on by next year is the timing and anticipation and things like that, right? But for the time being, you can still run the football and put him in position to be extremely successful.
Yep.
I feel like the fact, because I was just crunching the numbers, they had not counting Jalen Hurts, they had 139 rushing yards and a 5.5 yard per carry against the Broncos. That's a pretty good number against one of the best run stoppers in the NFL.
I would say so.
And that's not even including Hurts' numbers.
There was what do you call it? I have to find it.
Yeah, because Hurts had 55.
Yeah, Wayne. I mean, I can see Goddard having a big day. Like I said, I just don't know if he's playing.
If he plays.
Yeah, I don't think that's been answered yet.
Yeah,
so
right.
I think Miles Sanders might be one of the most overrated backs I've ever talked about in my life. Just because of the guy who came out before him. Right. It's almost like, it's almost like Saquon came from Penn State before you and you're explosive too. Right. So, right. It's like, I
feel like if he didn't go to Penn State, I feel like people wouldn't care as much.
I agree. And
he's like the one player from Penn State who doesn't suck.
I like Miles. I think there's a role here for him. Right. I just don't think that role is ever 20 touches.
I have a crazy one.
That role is like 10.
I got a good one. Who gets their contract? Miles Sanders or Saquon Barkley? Because I feel like both is a type of question.
You're saying who gets paid between the two?
Yeah, because obviously you were thinking, it's Saquon, it's gonna be easy. But I'm like, he gets hurt so much.
Yeah, he does. He gets hurt a lot. I don't know. That's tough.
Honestly, if I had to choose, I would pay Miles over Saquon because Miles is at least on the field for the most part, minus a few things here and there.
Yeah, Saquon's always beat up, but again, you're talking about potential, right? You go back to all the early extensions and that whole thing, but it's Saquon.
It's Saquon. Exactly. They have to pay him just because of where they drafted him, right?
Yeah,
and we're in sort of a little bit of a situation where we got to. Maybe extend them because he was a second-round pick and he showed.
I mean, I don't know. They drafted Gainwell. It's possible they feel really positive about him moving forward and continue with Jordan Howard and Boston Scott.
Well, again, when you're talking about with
this line, maybe you don't need a Miles Sanders. Maybe you're good with what you got.
Well, the thing is with Miles too, he's not like a generational talent. Yeah, he has home run speed and that whole thing, but he's not a generational talent like Saquon is. And the issue with a running back, it's one of the more disposable positions in the NFL. Unless you have like an Ezekiel Elliott, a Derrick Henry, and like I said before, a Saquon Barkley. So you could easily move on from Miles Sanders and just draft another guy, for example, like a guy out of what's his name out of Michigan
Alabama.
State? What's his name? Oh my God, Kenneth. What's his name? Kenneth. Oh my God, I'm forgetting his name. But the running back out of Michigan State, there's so many that you can choose from for a guy to step in Miles' spot.
Pick whoever's at Alabama. Let's just go there.
Works with me.
It worked really well this year.
Oh, it's because it's the best. They're in the best college football conference in the country. Kenneth Walker. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker.
Thank you, Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
But yeah, I don't know. The whole Miles situation's just. Again, you talk about 17 games, right? I need to see what he looks like at the end of the year. If he has a really good second half of the season, then yeah, I'll think about extending him. But I just, I don't know.
People are saying
Brian Robinson. 3 first-round picks in the draft.
No first-round running backs, please.
I don't think you watched him play then. When he's given the chance, he shows he can be a top 10 running back.
Stop. No.
Top 10? Oh, my God, stop.
Sure, if like the
Top
other
10?
top 10 died.
No way. No way top 10. Like, you can't say top 10.
Mark,
That's
listen,
ridiculous.
I love that. I love the comments, but then you just did exactly. You're saying he's shown flashes of that. There's running backs all around the league
That show flash.
who show flashes of that.
Trent Richardson flashed, for Christ's sake.
No, he never flashed. I can't give you that one. He never flashed.
He had like 900 yards and like 11 touchdowns as a rookie. That's flashing.
Yeah, there's flashing. Never flashed after.
More flash than Sanders has ever shown.
No, I don't listen. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like Miles.
Peyton Hillis flashed. I mean, come on. Like,
yeah, I don't know where you're getting top 10, Mark. I don't know where you're getting top 10 at all. I can name 15 running backs that are better than Miles right now.
Yeah, like I just I can't do it.
No,
I can't do it. Like last year, he had that opportunity, guys, and as I continue to say, like, he didn't run with saying, "Hey, I can be a bell cow." Like that's the question. Like if you want to be a top 10 guy, you got to show that you can handle a load like that for a full season. He hasn't proven that yet.
yeah, and it doesn't help when you go into your sophomore season and you're like MVP talk, let's go, and then you
lay an egg. Literally laying.
You can't be talking about MVP shit and then like you shit the bed like that.
Yeah, I forgot about the whole MVP thing. I forgot about that. Which I still forgot about it.
Yeah, I didn't because I brought it up when I was talking to Joe and Lord earlier. Right? They're like, you can't come out and say that and then not even be the guy. Like,
yeah,
you had an opportunity to run with the job. You were just as bad as the quarterback was. Essentially, you had some big explosive plays, good. But you had a lot of fumbles, a lot of drops. So, let's not act like he had a good year anyway.
I cringe every time they throw the ball to him.
Yeah, like after his rookie year, he really hasn't shown that.
Yeah, like he had like great hands his rookie year, and then all of a sudden it's
going down.
Yeah.
It's going down. So I mean, I'm not trying to hate on the guy, but I just need to. It's part of being that kind of guy is consistency, is availability, or these things that we were talking about with Dallas Goedert, right? So that's not a one person show when you're having that conversation. That's everybody, right?
He's fine. Like he's a solid back, but like that doesn't get you paid as a running back. Like,
yeah, not like
he hasn't shown me why I should give him money because Jordan Howard and Boston Scott have been balling. To the point where it's just like, do I need Miles Sanders?
No. The fact
that I actually have to say that out loud.
If I have a damn good offensive line, do I need to spend money on a great back? or like, you know what I mean? Like a great back in general, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like, do I like maybe I can just go draft one and he can turn into that great back,
right? Yeah,
right?
well, if the O-line is feasting this well, like you're protecting the quarterback, which is great. You're opening up holes. You're giving Hurts time to throw.
I said I wasn't going to drink one. The coffee didn't. The coffee doesn't. It's a good
not the same.
The coffee's a good afternoon snack. You know what I mean? The coffee's good. Like, and that's a fucking tall boy too. I mean, I think I don't go small, and I get a shot of espresso in there. It does nothing. Nothing.
You're an issue.
Like, it does nothing. It does nothing. It's the only thing like we talked about earlier that works. Bang! I took a sip and I feel like a different man. I'm a different guy now. I'm a different guy. I love everybody. I fucking kiss everybody on the cheek. Everybody gets a kiss on the cheek. You know, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, how do they not fucking pay me a lot of money for that right there? Like, we're gonna get that in the CEO's inbox over on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We get that little clip right in his inbox.
Yeah.
God.
So
crush Starbucks, right? A smoked Starbucks for him. I mean, I just made that's the biggest promo cut of all time. And then Russell Westbrook again. Russell Westbrook and the Lakers again. What am I doing? What am I doing? Putting money on these idiots.
So just to add context to the whole conversation, I have some stats right here from NBC Sports. So the Eagles rushing stats, the first 7 games, their run play percentage was 32%, which was 30th in the league. Their running back carries per game was 14th, which is 32nd. Now, mind you, this is all the first 7 games of the season. Their rushing yards per game was just 117, which is 15th. But their last 3 games, the run play percentage is 62%, which is first in the league. Running back carries per game are 30, which is second in the league. And then rushing yards per game is at 209, which is first in the league. So going back to the Miles Sanders thing.
The last 3 weeks, you said?
The last 3 weeks, yes. So
that's why you're 2-1.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm all for bringing back Miles Sanders and that whole thing. Like, you can name him a starter, but it doesn't mean he's getting starting carries. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, you can give him a couple here and there, change it up a little bit, like similar to how you use Boston Scott, change of pace type of back, ease him in a little bit. Like, it goes to the same old saying. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Sorry, Jake. You're right. First off, you're 100% right, and this is 100% right too.
North Carolina.
Jeff says he drove 11 straight hours from Michigan to North Carolina with only one bathroom break after slamming a can of Bang.
That's impressive.
And listen, I'm not trying to one up yet. That's amazing. I'm just gonna tell you what happened in August. Is I left at 10 a.m. and I had one I didn't have one in the morning, but just know I drove till 5:30 a.m. to Florida with a baby straight through, and I had one at like 8 o'clock, and I thought about and it kept me going. It just kept me going. Like, I was fine. 2:30 in the morning, I was Gucci, and I thought about cracking one at 2:30. I'm like, I don't even need it. I don't even need another one. I'm in a great spot. I mean, man, Bang, if we didn't just give it all to Bang Energy, I don't know what we do. What we just did. Yeah, Jesse, I still don't know who the hell he thought he was. Yeah. David, yes, we know. We're going to get into some Harper and some baseball talk here in a few. All right, where we back? What were you saying again, Jake?
Yeah, so like I was saying, it's just you look at the numbers, right? It's just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Stick with Howard, stick with Scott, throw Sanders in there every now and again, like give him 5-6 carries, at least for this game anyway. Ease him back into it a little bit. I don't know if he's 100% because he's designated to return from IR, so we'll see on game day what the game day roster looks like. But I see no reason to bring him back and give him starting carries. The numbers show it.
Yeah, I don't need to give him starting carries. I think there's a role for him.
Yeah, just break just use him here and there. And it's like, oh man, so Jordan Howard, nice run. Boston Scott, nice run. Oh man, look at that 70-yard run by Miles Sanders.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'd be an interesting role. So I would kind of use him like they used Jay Ajayi early on in 2017, to where Garrett Blunt is your starter, obviously Jordan Howard. You know, Corey Clement is your short yardage / pass catcher guy. And then when you're looking to break off those huge runs, or change of pace guy, you know. JJ, basically. Miles Sanders.
Yeah. I'm all for it. We'll see how it pans out on Sunday.
So this is just me throwing this out there for everyone who's they like to say that Howie can't draft. Everyone who got paid this season is a 2018 draft pick.
Yeah, but
that's a nice draft class. I'm not saying he can draft, but like I honestly really like the last two draft classes.
Let's see. So
minus Rager.
Well, Rager just stinks.
He does. Breaks my heart.
And I was listening to an old interview after we drafted Jalen Rager from his head coach at TCU.
Yep.
Not necessarily a ringing endorsement for your first round pick.
No.
He's just like, he basically said, he's like, he's okay. So that tells me he's just not a hard worker or just that's, I don't know. I can't.
And who was this about?
Jalen Rager.
Who said he was okay?
His coach.
His, what do you call it? When
TCU
he when we first drafted him, he did like a
WIP.
It was on the dial. I forget what station it was.
WIP.
But, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, I listened to it.
Okay. Hold on. We have big news here. Hold on a minute. I see someone in the back end. Hold on a minute. There he is.
Hey Johnny, where's my jersey?
What's up, Johnny?
Hey, I'm working on it. Okay, first off,
my ass.
Let me just say, I personally think I should not have to give you a jersey unless you play the game.
You trying to puss out is what you're doing.
No, I'm not. Hey, listen.
Yes, you are.
I'll get it for you, but it's gonna be on discount when he gets traded. So I'm waiting for that.
See, the man approach is to come on and be like, Pete, you won. That's the man approach, but
I would be right, but you're making these stipulations where
what stipulation? I made it very clear. If he's here on opening night, I win.
He's not wasn't in the arena, was he?
Was he traded? You said he would be traded. You said he would be traded. He was not traded. Therefore, I win. It was very standard stuff.
I really missed this.
What, Johnny's shitty internet?
I just miss you arguing like
Johnny's shitty internet. I'm not saying. All right, what's the topic?
What up, John? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, no, I'm trying to put an in-game parlay in. I'm trying to double dip.
How's the college life?
It's been good so far. We'll see if it continues. Got to keep the grades up.
Oh, okay. I know where you're at.
Oh my goodness!
No. My grades are good right now. I got all A's. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying.
I've been down that road. Just got to keep them going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the C, and we're good.
I gotta show up a little more, and
yeah.
As long as I get a passing grade, my parents won't yell at me. I see you. Been there.
What are you chewing on?
Oh, it was a pen.
Oh, I was like, I couldn't tell if it was a pen, a vape, or like licorice.
I thought it was a pixie stick. That's what I thought it was. Remember those? Remember pixie sticks?
Love pixie sticks.
Back in 1955.
Those things were the shit when I was a kid. But
is ice cream only a nickel?
Oh my god. But what were we talking about earlier, John? Dallas Goedert's extension. Is it worth it? Is this 4-year extension worth it?
I mean, I feel like you had to give it to him, and I feel like his potential is a top 5 tight end, but have we seen him be a top 5 tight end? I mean, we've had injuries. We've had issues with consistency with Dallas Goedert, and I hope that he can get to that level, but if we're being honest, he hasn't at this point. And the Eagles couldn't risk losing him, so I'm not going to fault them for giving him the contract, but you know what I mean? It's definitely a risk. He could just be what he has been, which is one game he'll show flashes of being a great tight end, and another game will be a no-show. So.
Yep. Oh, you mean the 2019 Dallas Cowboy game?
Mm-hmm. Like that, yeah.
So I mean, he's got 102 yards and 1 touchdown. Look how amazing he is.
You look at him; he's got all the talent and all the physical ability to be a top 5 tight end. Like he has the same type of build as a Travis Kelce or a George Kittle. He just needs to be more consistent like those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever someone says he's got the look, I'm like, I think DGB every time I hear it.
He's got the look. Dorial Green Beckham.
Dorial Green.
Yeah. You look at Goddard. He looks like an all pro.
He has the talent. He has the talent for sure. But again, we talked about it earlier before you came on. It's all about potential. Like Howie Roseman.
He look like someone who consistently makes plays. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, it's like I talked about earlier with the Jordan Mailata extension, the Josh Sweat extension. You're talking about potential. Now, obviously, Jordan Mailata is panning out, but Josh Sweat,
or the half sack, no.
Josh Sweat's another guy. You look at him; he looks like a great defensive end, but the production is not there.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the rotation or what the whole issue with that is. I thought with Brandon Graham getting hurt, I thought I would have seen a lot more of him, but I just don't think I haven't heard from him.
Field enough.
You would hope so, right? You would hope that's the case. Otherwise, it's looking like a waste of an extension.
Yeah, or he stinks.
Yeah.
Who does?
Josh Sweat. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Or he stinks, or Lakers stink.
I did see you guys were talking about the draft. I think we do have to. I mean, I'm not a Mr. Howie defender, but we do have to give Howie some props for his draft this year.
Yeah, this draft was immense, and I'm really liking last year's.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking good so far.
Wes Watkins, Davion Taylor.
Davion Taylor's looking, right.
Jalen Hurts.
Hey, if Jalen Hurts turns out to be the guy, then that definitely is a big pick. But I feel like this game's going to tell us a lot about him.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like the next 3 games are huge. Like, because if you win this game, you're playing against freaking Daniel Jones and Joe Flacco.
We're at home against Trevor Siemian, and they don't have Kamara. It's time for us to finally win a home game.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that. They're out Kamara, their 2 tackles, and their leading sack guys.
See, this is going to be a big game for next year. People are going to be like, Tom, what do you mean by that? What does that mean? That makes no sense, Tom. Why does this game matter in the next year? Well, let me tell you why it matters into next year. You have a young quarterback that will most likely be your quarterback next year.
Yep.
You have a head coach that's going to be your head coach next year.
Yep.
You probably have a defense coordinator, if we like it or not, will probably be your defense coordinator for another year. Okay? So you have a lot of guys that most likely are going to be back.
Yep.
I need to see that they can do this stuff. I need to see that they can win a game like this at home when you're 0-4 going into it. I need to see when you're like, okay, you're knocking on that 7 seed a little bit, right? You're just knocking. You're just seeing if anybody's home. Right now, I need to see if you can win.
Going to get a game.
Can you win 2 games in a row that you haven't done yet this year? Can you go on a little bit of a streak? This game is important to show me not only can you maybe put yourself into a conversation of the 7 seed, but can you create the buzz to finish off this year that will make you feel really good going into next year, right, guys? Because I had 10 wins before the season and joked maybe, max 11, right? And I always do that kind of fun stuff. But in reality, I thought if they did that, they would have to run the ball a lot, which they're doing. So, like, of course, I thought there was talent. There was enough talent to maybe be a playoff team. Maybe. Not go anywhere, but be one. So, would it be nice to find your way in? Yeah, absolutely. And I think that would be big going into next year, too, even if you were one and done. Just to get in the dance, just to believe or be close to it, right? Or to win a couple games in a row and have that good vibe going, right? And then if you don't get in, okay, you know what? We played at a 7-3 stretch down the stretch, right, per se. And I feel better about this team going into next year. So I think this game means a lot.
Yeah, it does. And I've been with you, Tom, as far as the Jalen Hurts takes. I mean, I've seen a ton of people. Your take on Jalen Hurts is essentially that you like him. You think you like him as a leader and everything, but you think that we need to be able to have a quarterback who can throw the ball a little bit more.
Bingo. Whoa. That's a harsh critique right there. You might get shunned.
That's what I'm saying. Like people will hear that and think that you're a Jalen Hurts hater, that you're trying to run him out of the city or anything like that. But I mean, anyone who says that they know Jalen Hurts is definitively the guy or definitively not the guy, I think is just jumping the gun a little bit because right now we're halfway through the NFL season. There's so many football games we played.
Yep.
And if Jalen Hurts leads the Eagles to the playoffs, I think the Eagles does deserve another season at least as the starter. But I have
7 wins for me. That's it. Just give me 7.
Johnny, I think he deserves another year, not because I believe he's the guy, right? Because of what's coming out. And it's that junior year effect at every level, right? I always talk about it in high school. You find out if a guy can play, right? That's when you become a 5-star recruit, per se. In college, your junior year is what gets you on draft boards. People start saying, oh, man, this guy's a first-round grade now. Look at him, right? You really don't hear that necessarily before that, right? So that's the guy's coming out party. And that's what next year would be for him. So as much as people call me a hater and stuff, like, I'm almost okay with it. But me saying that now can change in 2 weeks if he doesn't play good football, right? I mean, it can go away. So people, like, we're just trying to keep – I've always said this from day one of this. Through 17 games, I'm going to just try to keep it 100. And we're going to figure out where it falls at the end of it. But that's our job. That's what our job as fans are because we have so many assets next year in the first 2 rounds that you gotta find out. It's a find out time, and this game Sunday is a big part of that find out.
Yeah, really.
And I don't care if they run the ball 60% of the time because he can run. So I don't care about that.
I think overall the Philadelphia Eagles franchise is in a good spot, whether or not Jalen Hurts ends up being the guy. Because if we keep Jalen Hurts next year, like you said, the draft class quarterback wise is kind of weak. We have 3 first-round picks and a second, right? So that's 4 starters that you add to your team. You should add at least. That's massive for an NFL team. And if Jalen Hurts is not the guy, then I guarantee we're going to be picking in the top 15 again next year, so we can get a quarterback then. I mean, like Howie Roseman or not, the trades that he has made recently has benefited the greatly as far as the future goes.
Yep, you're going to be walking into next year with a trade that basically got you Devonta Smith, Zach McPherson, and whoever they get in the Miami pick. And honestly, that's a pretty good trade.
Well, Miami pick's looking real good right now.
Ooh, it's looking sexy.
I'm mad at the Ravens, though, dude. Like, come on.
Fucking losers!
No, I'm with you.
They beat the Ravens. They beat the
Hate you, Lamar.
We lost so much money
Yeah,
that
come on,
night.
Lamar. We need that.
Lost so much money.
By the way, the Falcons are an absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah.
No.
I have no idea how the Falcons have this amount of wins as us, but, I mean, I started defense in fantasy, 27 fantasy points right there.
Yep. I saw it. I'm going against my buddy who bragged about it last night.
Really good. I mean, New England's defense is really good, and they're playing at a high level right now. I mean, if I'm the Buffalo Bills, I'm shaking. I'm shaking on tables right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm shaking on every Bill Mafia table out there because, woo!
I mean, they lost the Jaguars to the Patriots.
They literally have the ability to beat anybody.
Yeah,
like the Patriots have the ability to beat anybody because they have that identity on what they are, right? Like they have a little bit of an identity back on who they are. And listen, I don't think you can go wrong with that when you start to find that identity. And when you can play defense and play defense in the playoffs, man.
What makes this NFL season so captivating, I think, for most fans is just that this year no team is untouchable. I mean, I don't think you look at one team and say no one's gonna beat them. They're gonna go to the championship game like guaranteed. I mean,
honestly, anyone's game.
It's anyone's game this year. Yep,
it really is.
Yep. I thought the Rams were going to go undefeated, and we know what happened with that. Lost 2 straight.
Other than beating the Bucs, they really haven't.
Odell effect.
Rams haven't beat a good team yet.
I'm not going to say Odell effect yet.
Yeah, I don't even hate on Odell as much as that.
Mr. Team Cleveland Browns out here is shaking a little bit. Baker may be not with the.
Oh no! The guy with a torn labrum is not playing as well as he should be. I never would suspect such a thing.
Why is he out there then?
Wow.
What do you mean? Why is he out there? Because that's the type of player he is. He'll be out there unless you tell him he physically can't.
Okay. Well, I just feel like Baker needs to do a little bit better than losing by 40 to the Patriots. That's all.
I mean, didn't your team lose to the fucking Jets? I don't want to hear shit from you.
Who?
What do you mean? Who?
The Bengals?
The Bengals lost to the Jets.
I'll still take
The
Joey
Jets.
B over any day. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. The Jets at that time were they caught lightning in a bottle and they figured
Stop.
out.
That's what people say after they get beat by embarrassing competition.
Mike White effect.
Mike White
White
what's he been since?
Hey, the Mike White experience.
The Mike
Dude
White
said he was
experience.
Overall pick, and then he goes out and throws 4 picks.
You sound like a virgin after the first time. Look how great I was. Oh, they should put me in the Love-Making Hall of Fame.
Oh, my God.
I never heard of it. I never heard of the Love-Making Hall of Fame before.
I haven't either.
Tom's like, I want to get him.
Literally every dude after their first time is like, I'm the greatest lover ever. Girls just like,
No.
Did you guys already? I'm assuming you guys already touched on the Bryce Harper MVP.
Not yet.
We have not.
Not really.
We can.
We're about to do fellatio right now.
You're about to.
Damn right. It's Bryce Harper, man. He's go.
If you want anything from Tom, go. If you want anything from Tom, go on a plane. Turbulence works every time. But Bryce Harper MVP.
How many years do you guys think that it would take for the Phillies to continuously miss the playoffs with this core for them to consider like trading Aaron Nola, Wheeler, one of them?
Another 2.
Another 2. I'm tired of it.
I think Dombrowski's going to do everything he possibly can to switch things up because the fact that we're not even like anywhere close to the season, he's already making fucking trades.
Yeah, he's making moves already. So
who did he trade for today from the Yankees? Some
backup
AAA
catcher.
player.
He's
backup.
Yeah, you've already improved the team.
And I think like a relief pitcher, I think.
Hey, Andrew Knapp, the best backup catcher in baseball.
Yeah, he was okay this year. He was much better in the pandemic year.
Mm-hmm.
Played better with Nola. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the MVP, like I said, when we're going over topic, it's all well and good, and it's congratulate Bryce, and we're glad to have him. But I know in the moment he's going to soak in his accolades on his personal accomplishments as he should, right? It's after the season you can sit back and say, you know what, we didn't get to where we wanted to get to, but guess what? I had a good year, right? Mm-hmm. So but if they don't start making the playoffs, it's all for nothing.
Yeah,
yep.
Right, and that's sort of just where I stand on it. That's not like hatred. It to make this all worth it, you gotta start making the playoffs a little bit, right? I mean, we gotta put our feet in once. I mean, we didn't even get our feet in. So I don't know when the hell we're gonna get our feet in, but it's got to be soon, right? It has to be, and it has to be this year coming up.
It has to be this year. It absolutely does, and I don't think at this point we can. Everyone knows that Phillies fans that watch most games know that it's not a manager issue, it's not a coaching issue, it's a roster issue, and the Phillies. I mean, we saw what happened with Gabe Kapler. We thought he was the issue. He's out. We bring in Joe Girardi. We were marginally better, like 2 wins better. So, I mean, I don't have an issue with Joe being the manager. I just think we need better players, and the only way to get that done is by going over the luxury tax. And will John Milton do that?
Well, I have some sources, right? I never say this because I'm not that guy. Like I don't have sources, right? I have one source when it comes to sports, and it's the Phillies, right? And it's legitimate. Mm-hmm. But they literally are looking to fill that 4 hole. That's not a joke. That's not like something you may have read out there, which it's totally factual. I mean, they are looking for that legitimate guy they can plug in the 4 hole daily. All right. And they're looking for more. I mean, they're looking to go get 2 legitimate big time players. If that's one filling the 4 hole, if the other one's a starter or a reliever or another bat, I mean, they're looking for that. So they're looking to add more. So does it happen? It better. To your point, Johnny, I mean, they have to go over it. if you don't go over it to our original poll question before the Dallas Goedert news, right? Like I said to Jake earlier on, it was disagree, because you're talking about like Bryce Harper winning the NL MVP, make them paying the money worth it per se, or the price being worth it or whatever, right? In that kind of context, right? Well, disagree because you had to pay him. So I'm never going to care about the money in baseball, right? You had to pay him, so fuck that. Oh well, right? And then the other side of it, if you never make the playoffs, it's disagree too. So it's a double-sided disagree, which never happened in the history of A2D. I mean, we got double-sided disagree on a poll, which is amazing because it's two-part. It'll never be about how much you spent on him if he ever lives up to the contract. He already has because the money in baseball is irrelevant. He's been good. And then win an MVP, even though everybody had down years, you still got to win it. You still had a good year. You had a really good year. So, I mean, listen, the time is now. So I don't know how longer this goddamn organization wants to sit the fuck around and realize that you couldn't draft well, that we could sit here, right? We could sit right here on draft night and probably land more than the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
Okay? That's sad.
And it's hard to
don't know half of these guys. Sorry, 95% of these guys, we don't know. Unless they were a college ball player that we watched, we probably don't know them, and we sure as hell don't know enough about them.
No. And I don't know. I mean, what you just said, Tom, about the 4-hole, I don't know really where they're going to find that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Most of the free agents that are big-name free agents are shortstops this year. We got Correa, we got Trey Turner, we got Seager. Schwarber.
That's who they're thinking.
Oh, yeah, didn't they even talk about it with the new hitting coach?
Schwarber is the guy. Schwarber is the guy that Harp wants. Schwarber
got connections to Bryce, so
yeah, Schwarber might be the guy, and I'm not telling you that to get you over the hump because it doesn't.
Well,
it's a good piece. It's a good piece, very good piece. I love Schwarby, right? But I need another, and then I need Chris Bryant too.
Well, yeah,
we've been or I need Starling Marte. Like if you got me Schwarber and Marte, then I'm saying hello. I know the Braves won the World Series, but we're the beast in the East. If you got me both of them.
I'm assuming we're going to cut bait with Didi, and I would love to see Bryson start up day one, but I'm not sure if the Phillies are going to do that. I don't think
he's ready.
I don't give a fuck if he's ready or not, Pete. Or I go on the face end. Okay, the guy freaking rooms with Harper in spring training. He's ready then. He's fucking ready. If Bryce Harper says he's ready, I'm going to let Bryce Harper be like Bryce and Joe. Bryce and Joe can decide stuff. Like the organization's not allowed to. I know Howie Kendrick's here in a role, and they got the guy from Tampa Bay in a role, and I believe in Dave Dombrowski. I do. I really do. And I expected him to get this team better this past year. I don't know if he necessarily did, right? I don't know if he did. This is his year. Because if you don't get him better then, you're just waiting for the Nashville, expansion team to open up, Dave. Okay? Are you here as a waiting place? Is this a place to sit and cross your legs, Dave? Or is this a place to fucking win? No, that's not on him because obviously the jerk off smoking the cigars has to sign off on it. And I know Bryce is going to blow John Middleton. He pays the checks as he should. Okay. But he really wanted to make a statement last night. You know what I say? This all feels good, but I'm about winning. I'm Paige and John. We need more.
Yep.
So what do you think about
say that? So that would never be said, but you guys got it.
So if they do end up signing Marte and Schwarber, right? So say we have an outfield of Schwarber, Marte, Bryce, and then we got Reese, Segura. Say they bring up Stott, and then they try to throw in Alec Boehm and give him a another let's shot. Say sophomore year was a bit of a disaster, but we're going to give him another shot because he's got a ton of talent.
Yeah,
I would go different. I wouldn't go Stott then. I would go Didi and then let Boehm play third because I don't want to go too young on that side of the diamond if I'm trying to win too. Maybe.
Gotcha.
But, I would take a guy, a veteran in Didi, and say, okay, maybe he has a bounce back year, a little lower in the lineup, a little less pressure, right? I don't know. Just throwing things at the wall because I still think, he's a pro. So, he might bring you more than the youngster. But that being said, man, I watched plenty of young guys come in and like to run on fire day one. Mm-hmm. So let's go to that point, right? Let's go. Like, you know what I mean, guys? I mean, we sat around long enough and watched other teams, young guys come in and make immediate impacts, right? Where's our young guy to come in and make an immediate impact? Well, maybe it's Stott
last year, but I believe in Boehm's talent. Honestly, I think he was a little bit in his head I think he's going to bounce back. I think the Phillies have hired some new hitting coaches to help with that, so I think he'll be better. And I do believe in Stott. I think Stott could be the real. We never know until you.
I don't believe in Boehm's glove.
It's not good. I mean, you can't really
people were literally telling me at the start of the last season, like, "Oh, we need to trade Rhys Hoskins because Boehm will just magically get better defensively."
Mark, I would rather have Castellanos over Schwarber if I'm being honest. To be fair,
I would love Castellanos.
I just want Chris Bryant.
I would, but I don't know if all his.
Schwarber can't really. I mean, Castellanos isn't a great fielder, but Schwarber is not a good fielder at all. I mean, you're sticking him out there basically to have a placeholder. You have a bat, and you.
I know he's not a good fielder, but I don't know.
I'm cool.
I don't know if not a lot of Nick's numbers aren't just from the, that being a freaking launching pad there in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean, unless we get if we get Marte, then great, we have a good fielder, but. Bryce, I consider to be a good fielder, but he's not a Gold Glover. And then the rest of our outfield is just not good at fielding. So
no,
we'll see what happens with that.
What?
And they want to move JT to the outfield eventually, but
no, they do. Stop. Relax there, Marcus Hayes.
Oh my God, you attack him so bad, Johnny. Welcome back, John. You don't got to listen.
Welcome back, Mark.
You don't got to listen to this.
I don't agree with it. But
that's your first mistake, agreeing with anything Marcus Hayes has to say.
You gotta go with Marcus Hayes. Even Marcus Hayes is. Oh my God.
JT is a good fielding pitcher. I don't know why people think he's not. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't start talking about moving your all-star catcher like 1 year after you sign him to a contract to the outfield. That's just
you move him anywhere. You move him to first base, right? I mean,
yeah, right. If I was gonna do that, I would move him to first. Why the fuck would I move him to the outfield?
Tom said he has a source for the Phillies. I don't have a Sixers source, but I have a St. Joe's basketball source.
Oh Lord.
Oh, so no source.
Jake says, "Oh Lord."
So
Lord.
You guys are worthless, man. The kid's got back from college. He got straight A's. He got back from college. He got straight A's. Can we give him some love here?
We got Ben Simmons.
When he stops being the sources guy.
Been reported by many sources. And apparently when he leaves the gym, he does get heckled by students there.
Oh,
so,
my sources say you're sleeping with professors. That's what my sources say.
Oh, Daddy got hurt there. Daddy's home 3. Coming out in theaters tonight starring Pete Young. I mean, look at that. Oh, look at the full circle. He got hurt by that. He got hurt by the heckle.
Come on, like the fact that we're doing, the fact that we're whether we like bring it up like whisper down the lane. Come on, it's so sad.
I love it.
About this, Pete. Pete, you are an NBA All-Star. You're Ben freaking Simmons, and you're getting heckled by some 18-year-old college kids, and you're hiding your face, and you're running away.
He just doesn't. I mean, I could literally just, if I were Ben Simmons, I'd be like, I'm probably gonna go fuck your mom, so it's okay.
Wow.
We went there. Okay.
It's like.
Jesus.
And also,
like he's a multi-millionaire. He's a multi-millionaire. What are you gonna do?
Why are you not looking for media credentials for A2D? Exhibit A. No, but really, I always tell people that. Speaking of that, is that we want to be ruthless here. Offend and unfollow, right? I mean, I don't need to be in the locker room to know what goes on, right? If you got eyeballs, always said that too. Twitter's fun. We can see it. I don't need an interview for you to give me a bunch of answers I already know. For us to be able to deliver you great sports content. So,
yeah,
good. I'll always be an icing on the cake one day, but there's a reason Barstool gets media credentials. They're ruthless, but they have former players do it.
Yeah,
Think about that. They don't have. Portnoy ain't doing it. He ain't allowed to. The way you talk about players, he ain't allowed to do that shit. They'll never let him in there, right? Like some of these guys, the way they talk to players.
It's been heavily requested by some people that they want to see me come back on here and just rip 2-5. But I'm not going to do that today because said pretty much
you've done it for 6 months. Like it loses its luster after a while.
I've done it long enough, and I've said everything that
like it's. What else is there even to say about Ben Simmons anymore? Like we've said it to death. Like
I'd just like to say, Rich Paul is the biggest joke I've ever seen in my life. I mean,
I love
this
it.
guy.
I wish I could be Rich Paul.
Let me first off is poor Paul. Okay, shout out.
Oh my God! You're gimmick infringement. Gimmick infringement. You're ripping off Tyrone on this show.
Tyrone. Shout out Tyrone. But anyway, poor Paul.
You're ripping off. You're ripping off Backpack Gate guy. Are you serious?
All this guy cares about is himself. Okay, poor Paul literally loses money for his lower end clients, a la Nerlens Noel. He claims that all they care about is Ben Simmons' mental health and well-being. But whenever the Sixers,
he only cares about making money. What is this? This isn't news.
Why Rich Paul is trying to stand on some moral and kill the Sixers when he's the one that if it really was about Ben's mental health, then you wouldn't care about him not getting paid.
What's next? You're gonna say Don King actually cared about Mike Tyson's well-being? Come on now, son.
You care because Ben pays your
money.
checks.
You care about money. That's all it is to these guys. They're assets. That's like it is exactly what that is. Your agent is not your friend. Your agent is someone who's there to take 25%.
It's not always true.
Not
95% of the time. That's what it is.
Nah, I wouldn't even go that far.
Rich Paul has found a way for me to feel bad for Ben because honestly, I feel like Rich Paul is telling.
Knock it off, Jimmy.
To a point, yeah, to a point.
Knock it off, Jimmy. Don't do this tonight, okay?
No.
Don't do this tonight.
No, thank you.
Jimmy Mack is damn untouchable at this point.
Not for Lillard, not for Dame.
I'll
drive him to the bus station myself.
It did an hour 31. I gotta leave it to you guys, but I gotta get off. I gotta say one thing. Rich Paul's a scumbag. I don't care what anybody says. He's a loser. All right. So I don't care what Rich Paul has to say. Ben Simmons is a loser. All right. It's well documented now. All right. He uses mental health as an out. And there's tons of people who deal with it on a daily basis. He's a scumbag for even bringing it up, okay? For even using it. No, okay? You didn't get better, all right? And now I don't know what we're going to do. But I said the other day, Johnny, I'll say it again. We owe it to this fan base to say bye. If the Sixers really say that there's 25 people that are willing to be traded for Ben Simmons, then I don't care if it's the 24th or the 25th guy on that list. Do the deal. Time to go. I saw Jeremy Grant deal the other day.
Yeah, I do that.
Love Jeremy Grant, and I run to Detroit to pick him up. Right? Yeah. It was Jeremy Grant, a young player, and a first-round pick. I run to Detroit to pick him up. Run there, and I don't even think it. I don't know if it just makes us better because I think when Joel comes back, we're going to be solid. We're going to be really good. All right? I think we spaced the floor well. Right? And I think we're just missing another maybe wing guy, another guy who can score. Right? That's all we're really missing. So just give me anybody that can score, and I'm just going to take it and run. And call it a day. And there was a time where Maxey needed to be in the deal for Damian Lillard. I think that day is shifted. That day is past, right? That day's past. That day's no longer here to me, right? So could he maybe be in another deal? Maybe, but it needs to give me the right piece back. Like, right? Like, okay, if I got Jalen Brown back, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, it would have to be the right situation. But I think he's almost untouchable. Nobody's untouchable, so I don't ever want to use that word. But he's semi-untouchable. Like it has to be the perfect splash.
Yeah, I would need a very, very, very good package to get rid of Maxey.
Well, listen, if it was, hold on, I'll give it to you. If it's literally, if you got Marcus Smart back and Jalen Brown and you had to give up Maxey and Simmons, I don't know how you don't do that deal.
Yeah, peace.
I just don't know how. And I love Tyrese freaking Maxey. I don't know how you don't do it. That's all. I don't know how.
Anyone who says that Maxey's untouchable, I can't rationalize them.
I've believed in Tyrese Maxey since the day we drafted him. He was since Game 6 playoffs last season. He's been better than Ben Simmons, and that will never change. He's just straight up better. And he's going to get a rookie max contract. Book it. He is going to get a rookie max contract from the Sixers because he's that good.
I mean, I would hope.
Here's that. I got to go after this, right? Johnny, first off, I love you. It's good seeing you back. Pete, not so much. Just kidding. I love you, boys. It was fun rocking with all three of you guys again. But they address Jimmy, and then I got to go. Jimmy, I understand they're all playing in similar spots. Tobias plays the 4. Then Tobias got to play the 3 then, doesn't he? A little bit. And Jeremy Grant's got to play the 3 then a little bit. So, right, then you got to be creative, okay? All I'm saying, you can say slop, fine. I just told you when I said it, Jimmy, that I'm not crowning Jeremy Grant. right? I'm saying you got to get rid of your son. And you just don't, Daddy's coming home part 4 now, coming out theaters starring Jimmy and Pete. Right? Come on. Come on. Just name a name that can drop 20 a night, and I'm probably taking him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably taking him, and I can't believe I'm saying that, Jimmy. It's tough. I love you, boys. Jimmy, love you too. You might be right that there may be too many, but I'm going to say you're wrong. You know how I operate. Family, take care. Make sure you guys call in. All right, it's almost call-in time. Get your call-ins in. Get off your chest. You got 2 minutes to rant. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Pete has to listen to you.
That's very sad.
Boys. Fuck Simmons. I'm out.
Yes, sir.
Later.
That Jeremy Grant trade would probably be him, Killian Hayes, and a first-round pick. And you know that Pistons first, if it's going to be unprotected, is going to be a top 10 pick. So
he never should have. Jeremy Grant should have never left in the first place. So
trading Ben for Jeremy Grant, honestly, even though it would help us, would be such a sign of failure from this organization. It's not even funny.
I don't think
you're trading a guy who you drafted first overall for a guy that you basically signed. You drafted as a second-round pick, and you basically had him as a process player.
Pretty much.
Regardless,
I don't think they care anymore. Like, it is what it is.
Regardless of what he is now, think about that. You're essentially trading the first overall pick. I would do the trade, but I'm just saying the Sixers have failed multiple times, and that's no news to no one. But
welcome to Earth.
Sure, but at this point, I think it's more addition by subtraction at this point, because you remove the distraction from your locker room, you remove that whole situation. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Obviously, Rich Paul, you still have to worry about because of Tyrese Maxey. But again, you're not going to hear from Rich Paul nearly as much. So as soon as Ben Simmons is out of here, I think it changes a lot of things in this organization. Does it make us better? Not necessarily, because Ben still has talent and he's a phenomenal defensive player. But I just think it's more addition. It's more about addition by subtraction, at least for me. That's how I see it.
Jake, we're already out making a trade. We're already a better team. I'm looking at this team right now. And Joel is healthy. This team that I'm watching for sure would have made the conference finals last year. I mean, we should have just sat Ben on the bench. I mean, we would have had this team with George Niang and Drummond. This team would have definitely been the Atlanta Hawks. And I feel like this team honestly.
Yeah, because you have an actual fucking bench at this point in time. Like last year's bench was like Mike Scott. Like,
I think.
Oh my God! I thank Jesus every day. I don't have to watch Mike Scott anymore.
I was going to come after you.
Or to the Utah Jazz, in which they have one superstar player, and Joel's a little bit better than Donovan Mitchell, but they have one superstar player, a fringe also. They got a bunch of good, just solid players that can defend and shoot, and that's just what the Sixers have right now. And I'm not mad about it, honestly. I like that build.
Yeah. I'll take whatever at this point. Honestly, I just want it to be. I just want it to be over.
I'm just done.
I don't care. I literally at this point I don't care what I get for Ben. I don't care.
He can sit at home and never play an NBA game again. Honestly, I don't think that Ben is ever going to get another max contract from any NBA team. I mean, he's just not good enough. And you know, what surprised me, retires after his contract is up because he just doesn't care enough. He just doesn't care about basketball enough.
I wouldn't put it past him.
He will say, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to go take my money and I'm going to chill in LA because he does not care. We've seen it. He just doesn't care about basketball.
Mm-hmm. And I've said that for years. But my caveat to that is with when you're saying taking his money and leaving, he also loves money a lot too. So what's going to happen? And I think I've said it before on here to where it'll be the most Philadelphia thing ever. He'll leave Philadelphia, and then he'll turn into the Ben Simmons that you see at like the gym during the summer. You have all the highlight tapes and that whole thing. He starts shooting more. He looks like the player that he should have been. I can see it. I can see it right now. Whether he's traded to where he wants to be or whether he's not, I think he's just going to ball out wherever he goes.
Yep, it's just the most Philly thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Like he's just he's magically going to shoot jumpers. He's going to start shooting threes from like 34%. Like he's just going to do everything. I've been watching this. I've watched this story time and time. They're like, oh, once Scott Rowland leaves, he's not going to be good he's going to suck.
Mm-hmm.
He was a multi-time All-Star and Gold Glover. Well, once Kurt Schilling leaves, it's over, man. Multi-time All-Star and Cy Young Award winner, and won 2 World Series. Like, come on, like we've all watched this game, like till we're blue in the face.
Like the Pistons, like the Timberwolves, like the Kings, one of those garbage teams, and he's going to put up his 20 and 10 a night, 20, 10 and 8 a night. Look at Ben Simmons, and he's never going to sniff the playoffs.
Right,
and you know what? That's good for him. And he'll never get exposed. He'll just be a really good player that will make excuses for him about not having a good enough team. And that's the narrative he wants. If you're never in the playoffs, you can't fail in them. So,
yeah. And Jimmy, to your point, Jimmy says for the people listening on audio, it'll set the franchise back years if we trade him for nothing because we as fans are impatient. Yeah.
Morey's going to look. Morey will take the deal that Morey sees as good. Like he's just not going to be like he's not going to trade Ben Simmons for like 2 second-round picks and like they're 8th best bench player. Like they're just he's not going to do that. He's going to do whatever trade he feels is the value for Simmons and helps his team get better. Whatever, like fans can say, well, this deal's better, that deal's better. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever Daryl Morey says is better. And the guy who got me Seth Curry and Danny Green and Jiang and Andre Drummond for fucking pennies on the dollar, he can do whatever trade he wants, and I'm cool with it.
Jimmy, here's the thing. Whatever trade that we do for Ben, and I want all Sixers fans to realize this, whatever trade we do for Ben, because of what we know about Daryl Morey, you can bet your ass that is the top value that anyone
100%.
No chance that he would do it for anything less than that. And whatever we get, you just got to accept it because we weren't going to get a
coaches has a little bit left to be desired, but I like his trades.
His what? His what?
His trades? Coaches.
Doc has done a good job this season.
I mean, we said the same thing at the start of last season too. So
well, I don't have an issue with Doc. I think the players were the issue, and
no. You're up 25, and your lead keeps leaving, and you just keep him in there. I wouldn't have done that.
When you blame losing on a coach, it's just lame. Okay, you're making.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Once is an accident. Twice and more is a pattern.
Okay, but think about this.
How many more times does Doc Rivers have to have a team that blows a huge lead before it's commonplace with him? Like, come on.
Is it Doc's fault that Kawhi Leonard shoots 0 for 10 in the fourth quarter of Game 7? Is that Doc's fault? He was wide open on some. Wide open, and he just didn't.
Here's the thing: when you have like a 20, when you're up like 25, and you're not making any adjustments at all, that's a coach thing.
Unless you're telling me that
when you have a guy who's getting roasted and you're keeping him in the game, that's a coach thing. When you have a guy who's being targeted and it's hurting your team for 5 minutes, and you're keeping him in there, that's a coach thing. If other players are missing shots, okay, you can't fix that. That's a player thing. But if you're watching the game and it's slipping away from you and you don't want – because remember, we killed Brett Brown for not calling the timeouts and not making the adjustments. If he's doing the exact same thing, he's Brett Brown with a ring. There you go.
No, he's not. Doc calls timeouts at the times. I saw – the reason we even were in a Game 7 is because Doc Rivers made an adjustment early in Game 6 against the Hawks. He benched Ben Simmons and he put in Maxey, and we won the game.
Yeah, I needed that adjustment in Game 3, 4, and 5.
All right, well,
I hear you.
Doc Rivers is not
blameless. Too little, too late. Like if he made the adjustments where he was supposed to, we're in the Eastern. We go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Phil Jackson in his prime could not win with Ben Simmons on his team.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit. That's one of the greatest coaches of all time. He could work with Simmons.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It's not as much on Phil Jackson. It's because we know what Phil Jackson is, but it's more on Ben Simmons to, like we've been saying for years. I don't think Ben cares enough to be. I don't think he cares. I really don't.
And Doc, it's the first year Doc was finally going to coach him hard, and you know what he said? I'm gone.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to get coached hard. That's why he's at St. Joe's hanging out with Brett Brown, because he remembers the good old days when Brett would kiss his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. Did you watch? Like, Brett actually coached him hard. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but again,
Brett
you're
would call
talking
him out
about
like live on air.
Never shot a shot in his entire career.
Brett Brown would literally do interviews where he's like, "I've talked to Ben Simmons. I want him to shoot a 3 a game," whereas Doc's like, "No.
I don't think
Ben's doing fine. We don't need that from Ben. You guys want these things from Ben. I don't want them from Ben." That's like,
yeah, but both of them got the same result because it's a Ben Simmons issue. It's not a coaching issue. That's why the issue with Doc, with you saying Doc is a problem, is I don't think he is.
I mean, his coaching history tells me it's a problem. So
it's proven that you can win with Doc Rivers.
It's proven that post that 1 year that he won with like 4 Hall of Famers, he has an issue when it comes to close games.
What did
I literally watched this guy with like 20 seconds left blow a 9-point lead. Like, come on now.
I know you're not the guy that does this, Pete, and I'm not either, because we both were high on Ty Lue, but everyone and their mom told me that Ty Lue was made by LeBron and he's not a good coach.
As someone who watched because I'm a big LeBron guy, I watched the Cavs every game with Ty Lue as coach. Ty Lue is a good coach.
I think
I had people swear to me, "Oh, it's the Ty Lue. The system is LeBron. It's LeBron." I said, "No, Ty Lue was ready to like go toe to toe with LeBron because he don't give a fuck. Like he does not care. Like I wanted that dude in Philly. I wanted that mentality."
And I get that, but real quick, since the phones are now open, the phones are open.
Oh joy!
So message us on all our socials, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're watching it. Message us on socials. Be like, hey, want to hop on with you guys, talk for a little bit, talk some sports. And before we move on into that and we continue this conversation, I'm scared.
Oh my God. But please be PG.
But our call-in
the family show.
Our call-in is brought to you by Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. 2 locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find him on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. He's our doc. Make him yours. Dr. Paul Vidal, specializedphysicaltherapy.com.
What the fuck are you doing?
Let's see. You good, John? I don't think John can hear us.
Hello?
There you go. We got you. All right, hold on. Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. So let's see. Let's get some callers in here. I see some people waiting in the back end, so get that all set up real quick. All right, there's John. There he is. You back, John?
Yeah, I accidentally swiped up on a text on my phone and it kicked me out.
Sad news. The guy who played Babe Ruth in Sandlot died, so that's heartbreaking.
Oh, really?
Yes. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Yeah.
Follow your heart. It'll never go wrong.
Let's see. Jimmy. Doc is the worst coach in the city.
He's not wrong.
Take, but let's talk.
I think it's a toss up between him and the Flyers guy.
I was gonna say I would say Elaine's the worst.
How is AV a bad coach?
He's not a good coach.
He instantly made an impact as soon as they hired him last season.
Yeah,
what did they do?
Last season was a tough season because of multiple players underperforming and injuries, but you
didn't do anything. So.
AV has proven that he's a good coach, and the Flyers.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't proven he's a bad. He hasn't proven he's a bad coach. I don't think he's proven he's a good coach.
How is AV? AV is one of the best. AV is one of the best. He's better than Joe.
No.
AV made the Stanley Cup Finals with multiple different teams.
And what has he done with this team? He hasn't.
Yeah, AV's not the worst.
Mediocrity to the number 1 seed in the East in 2020. Remember that?
Doc Rivers. I can't say Doc Rivers is the worst either. I would have to say again, it depends on how you're looking at it, Jimmy. Right? It's like the what do you call it? It's like the top 5 that Rye had us do earlier this week. So if you're going based off like accolades and the career and that whole thing, sure. Then obviously
I don't.
you'd say Doc Rivers, but if you're talking recency bias, the worst right now, I'm not going to say Doc. I'd have to say, and again, it's what do you call it? It's nothing against Nick. It's Sirianni right now. It's Sirianni right now.
Nick. Yeah, it's got to be Nick because he hasn't done anything yet.
Well, that's not true. He's about to go on like a 7-game win streak. What are you talking about? He's going to run the table.
I like Nick Sirianni though. I've seen some positive things recently from him, and I honestly
he's shown growth.
People are saying he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. I completely disagree with that.
Hey man,
I think John Gannon is the
you need to trust the flower power, okay? And it's clear when he was talking about flower power, he meant the run game. That's all he was talking about.
I mean, Jimmy, I get your point too. I get that.
Doc is not on the court. Your boy choked that series away. And you know it's true. You know it's true.
He didn't, though. He wasn't like the
He did, though. He shot 0 shots in the fourth quarter in 5
and the coach let a 30-point lead evaporate. He's like, oh, man, we're losing this lead.
Let that happen.
Yeah,
Keep him in.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Okay,
here's the thing,
Pete. Take out Joel Embiid? You're going to take him out?
What
does Joel Embiid have to do with it?
Who do you want Doc to go to? You were just talking about how the depth on the team was not that good. So tell me who you would have done.
Well, you keep praising Maxey. Like, they couldn't have put Maxey in?
Oh, that's okay.
Well, you know how Doc Rivers is with rookies. Doc doesn't like rookies.
Doc wasn't going to.
Yeah, that's another problem Doc Rivers has. He doesn't trust guys.
That's been his thing though his entire career.
Looks like he trusts Charles Bassett.
Yeah,
that's because like half his roster, like half his starters are hurt. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Tyrese Maxey not being put in the playoffs earlier is an issue, in my opinion. But that's just because I think Simmons sucks. So,
that's a coaching problem. There you go.
Just add context, right? If Ben Simmons makes his free throws in that playoff series, we're moving on to the ECF.
Like, no, 100%.
If Ben Simmons makes his free throws,
but the coach
we're moving on.
But if the coach seeing that they're targeting him and you're just not, and it's only like for a 3-minute period, just take him out. Like, just take him out.
That's fair too.
Like, literally take him out. Like,
but
okay, but like 2 for 22 in like a 3-minute stretch. You're like, nah, this is fine. This works.
Yeah.
Pete, we do have
a fan on the back end. Hold on.
All right, well, I'm gonna say this real quick.
2 games later doesn't count.
He eventually took him out, but then what happened?
2 games later doesn't count.
Trying to fight for being the rare. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I can't hear him. What is he doing?
What's up, Todd?
It was
I think his internet cut out. Oh, there he goes.
There we go.
There we go. We're good.
No,
What's up, Todd?
That's what happens when you don't have a Comcast.
Yeah, turn off that. No, I turned off that sorry ass Southern Missouri or Louisiana Tech game because there's no quarterback in that game, and it was good to see Frank Gore Jr. kind of run on ball, but yeah, that's slowing up my internet.
How'd he look? Good.
He looks good. He looks good. Just don't need to be throwing the ball. My God, he threw an interception. It looked terrible.
Wait, his son's a quarterback?
Well, what is it? Southern Missouri I guess they don't really have a quarterback, and I mean they just throw in wide receivers and running backs at the quarterback position, and he was one of them. And yeah, that's not his position. He needs to just run the ball.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Did he almost sign with the Eagles and then never come back?
That was his father.
Yeah. That's what I say. I honestly, nothing would make me happier than I would love nothing more than to draft his son just for like 10 years of jokes.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Your dad played here for a little bit, right?
Well, if Howie Roseman's making the picks, then that will most likely happen.
Yeah.
Why not? Howie's made pretty good picks the last 2 years.
Pete, get off his tit.
What are you talking? I'm sorry, those are just factual statements. Other than Jalen Reagor, like what's a pick in the last 2 years that you're just like,
why? See right there. See right there. You only count.
It's one player. It's one player out of 19. It's 1
years. How long has Roseman been out the closet?
Who cares? 4. I'm going off of the last 2 years because
Pete,
you got rid of
Todd. According to Howie, Jalen Reagor was a Jeff Lurie pick.
You know, which I could 100% believe. I could 100% believe that.
I don't believe that shit.
I
could 100% believe Jeffrey Lurie's like, I want speed, God damn it. Or better yet, maybe it was a Doug Peterson move where he's like, I want speed. I want guys who can stretch the field.
But see, there's different ways of saying stretch the field. How about we can get a guy that can actually catch the damn ball? Like, let's start off with that one.
Dillard is a miss.
Yeah, that's from 28. That's from 2019. I'm talking 2020.
I mean, Howie has gotten rid of like 2 draft classes, and we only still have JJ Arcega-Whiteside, who gets hurt by if you blow on him, and he can't even make it on the field
and he gets hurt.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside's probably the biggest stiff I've ever watched.
I agree with that. But Dillard has honestly played. He's played well this year. Like I'm not going to
played well, but for where
decent.
he was drafted and what he was supposed to be, he's a bust.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, right now,
say Hurts is a bust yet.
I don't have an issue with the Hurts pick, but
hold on. Jimmy. To add context, to be fair, Jimmy has a vendetta because he hates the Jalen Hurts pick because his guy's in Indianapolis right now. So that's why.
I was a Carson guy too, and
so was I. But it's just
look. I'll stand here. I'm a huge Carson Wentz guy. And I have conflicting feelings about the Jalen Hurts pick, but he's playing well, right? He's played well the last few weeks. Like, if he plays well the rest of the season.
He lost his job to a rugby player. I love that. That's great.
He's 6'7", like 280. Like,
no, but still, he lost his job to a guy that's never played football before. That's awesome.
It is. It's hilarious, but.
Jimmy, I know your truth. Shut up. I love you, but
look,
I know your truth.
If we're going off trends, based on the trend I've seen in the last 2 years, other than Rager is obviously a huge bust right now, but other than him, the picks have honestly been solid. Like you're getting actual production from your draft picks. Like obviously
we're actually putting the draft picks on the field, so that's why we're getting production. Yeah. Right. So let's remember
that's not true. But we put draft picks on the field before and they didn't fucking do anything. Nate Gary was playing like every fucking defensive snap and he played like ass.
Well, we also have
Nate
backers and we still don't.
Yeah, I mean like that's why
playing well.
Yeah, because I mean you can tell where the athletic ability he has compared to like how much knowledge of the game. See, the athletic abilities help saving them. And now if you just get that football IQ up, then we're talking about somebody that's truly dangerous. So that's what it's called development.
I'm very excited to see what he's going to look like year 3.
I mean, if you can develop,
about Jalen Hurts. Got it. But
where did I say no? That's bullshit.
I'm just
where did I say I wasn't excited? Look, I've said this from day one on this show. If you want to be the star, show me you're the star. My number at the beginning of the season was 7 wins. Get me 7 wins, and I'm cool. Let's ride off into next year. If you're going to play like you played last week, every week, I'm cool. Let's go. Sign me up.
He's halfway there. We're going to see that. We're going when he gets that 7 win, I'm going to see that face. I'm coming for you.
Next 3 games, it's literally the fucking same. Trevor Siemian, Daniel Jones, and Joe Flacco. That's it. That's 7 right there, and I'm cool. I'll say live on the show if he wins the next 3 games. I don't need to draft a quarterback, or I don't need to trade for Russell Wilson. I have no issue. I have no issue saying that.
Well, it's different from what we say compared to what Howie Roseman wants to do.
Exactly.
Because you know how hard he's been for Russell Wilson. He's like, we made that mistake, and even after we drafted Jalen Hurts, this is perfect. So. He's like, we could have missed on another Russell Wilson.
I'll ask Todd this because he's our guest, but what quarterbacks, Todd, would you trade 1 or 2 of those first-round picks for to replace Jalen Hurts?
Russ.
None. Would you do it for Russ? Because honestly, a lot of people.
No, I wouldn't do it for Russ. The only quarterback I would do it for, and this is like if everything was all like good, would be Deshaun Watson. Because
I would do it for Russ, but I'm not trading 2 picks in 1 draft. I'm doing 1 pick and then maybe a pick next year.
See, and that's my thing. Right now, this team is not ready to compete. Like if you get Russell Wilson, that means you're saying you're ready to compete for Super Bowls for the next 4 years. This team or this whole entire roster is not built for that. we're still trying to get pieces. And I'm like, you got 3 first rounders. You
And
look at that.
Hurts can silence all of that in these remaining games. He can show everyone that he is the future of this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying.
The remainder of these games, there's one game you possibly can argue he can't win, and that's only if Dak's playing. And if Dak's not playing, that should be a dub. Like the remainder of this schedule is a cakewalk.
Yeah, but even then too, we weren't running the ball much either, right? So the last
and that's my thing. It's like, why we don't need a quarterback that's throwing for like 4,000 yards. Like, if right now we're mauling people in the trenches, that's our winning formula because that helps Jalen Hurts also. But back to you, Johnny, about the whole trade situation is, trying to get a quarterback like it's gonna what?
I was talking to Jimmy. I'm not trading no fucking 40-year-old quarterback.
Well, Pete, would you trade 1 first round and a second for Rodgers if you could know that we were going to sign Davante Adams too?
Yes.
I would totally do that.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? My 3 wide receivers are Devonta Smith, Davante Adams, and Quez Watkins. Are you kidding me? Where do I sign? Like, where do I sign?
Davante Adams, and Rodgers.
Johnny, you want me to sign with blood? Like, because I'll do that.
Yeah.
But that's my thing. That would have to be like a package deal because
I need it in writing that Davante Adams shows up.
Shut up and sit back, man. Let people talk, man. Go get back in that chair, man. Get back.
Did we lose him?
I think we lost him.
But honestly, though, I think wherever Rodgers goes, Adams.
There goes that Comcast, then. There you
go.
Okay.
Adams is a free agent.
But no, I was gonna say is as far as 2 first rounders, there is not one quarterback that is right now. I would trade for that. I can't do that because if you got too many holes. And right now, I know people are draft tracking, so we're looking at, oh no, we won a couple of games, and Miami won a game, so we're falling back. Oh no, we got to stay in the top 5. It's still you can use that draft capital to trade up back into the top 5. That's not the problem.
Yeah, you can trade 10 and 12 and get in the top 5 easily.
So let's see what Tankathon says right now. Tankathon, which is a fantastic website.
Yep.
Tankathon.
Right now,
okay, I gotta check that out.
Right now, the Eagles are sitting at number 5 with the Miami pick, number 11 with our own pick, and then 15 with the Indianapolis Colts pick. So
that's all still good, solid picks. Like I said, even with these mock drafts, why do they keep on tagging us with offensive linemen? Like
because
this is
you gotta understand. Eagles are going to guaranteed pick at least one offensive lineman out of those 3 picks. I have no doubt in my mind.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'd rather go in the 3rd or 4th round because we're developing. We got Jack Driscoll and Nate Herbig really dominating.
Evan Neal from Alabama is a stud and a half.
Yeah. He is a stud, but who would you rather take an offensive lineman or would you rather take a linebacker, one of the cornerbacks, one of the safeties? It's like I want to load up on defense. I wouldn't be mad if we have all-out defensive draft.
So this is what Draft Tech has us going with. This is from the 17th. Kyle Hamilton at 6.
Okay. I would love that pick.
Okay.
Chris Olave, the wide receiver from Ohio State, at 11.
Don't mind it. I don't
hate it. I wouldn't do it, but I don't hate it.
I'd rather take John Dotson.
And at 15, Andrew Booth Jr., the cornerback from Clemson. Honestly, that's a stellar draft. I golf clap it all the way home.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
I don't hate it. I just would switch out that wide receiver. I would just switch out that wide receiver.
Jahan Dotson, you mentioned him. He's probably going to be a late 1st, early 2nd round pick, and he's probably just as good as Chris Olave.
And that's what I mean. He's a 2nd round pick. I look at the value of the picks. Like if you want to, if I'm picking 1st rounders, like even like I'll use Stingley for example. I know he hasn't played that much this year. He got the injury cloud over him. But
that's a problem.
By the time combine comes and what we see and how he's moving, that's where I'm like, okay, I wouldn't take him with our first rounder, but probably that 2nd or 3rd first round, depending on how. depending on how he falls, because I don't see him going in the top 5 after this year.
Kyle Hamilton is a special safety. You don't see those guys come out. He's a Micah Fitzpatrick type safety. A dude's 6'4".
I do whatever my
I was going to say he's
exactly. If Hamlet still if he's on the board by the time we pick with our first rounder, that is run it up.
Yep.
Run it up.
I do whatever I do to leave the draft with Hamilton and Stingley. That's my honest opinion.
You can't do both. Unless the
I don't care. I'll trade.
I'll take it. I mean, I'm all for it
to get both.
Trade two of our firsts. Like, would you trade 10 and 11 or 11 and 15 to get Stingley?
Yeah. Yes.
I might.
I don't.
But
I have to see how he because you gotta remember we took Sidney Jones and we was with that whole injury bug. And that's what I just got to see how healthy he is without seeing him playing this year.
If you're taking a corner in the top 5, he needs to be an All-Pro.
Is he not playing? Wait. Is Stingley is he hurt right now?
Yeah, he's hurt right now.
Exactly. He hasn't really played that much.
He might fall down the board, and you might be able to get him in the teens.
I mean, if that's the case, sure. But
once again, if I leave this draft with Hamilton and Stingley, I'll blow.
Well, I'd rather have that linebacker for Alabama, boy. I swear we need that either him or what's my big man from Georgia, number 99.
Jordan
Davis. Yes, that will.
They have him taking the linebacker from Alabama in round 2, which I'm all for that.
I don't see him falling that far. I really don't.
Yeah,
he'll go in the late first.
Yeah, something like that.
Even the fact that we took number 10 last year, that should not stop us from taking a second-round receiver. I don't.
No.
The thing is, I have no issue with taking a wide receiver. I don't think there's any wide receiver this year that I would jump up and down to go get. I like Olave, the guy from Ohio State, but I don't think I love him in the first round.
I like him a lot.
I like him a lot. He's really good.
Well,
and
this is just such a but here's the thing, there's nothing funnier in the fact that this is a huge defense draft, right? So knowing us, we won't draft any defensive players. Just like
don't say that, please.
Just like in a running back,
it's like in 2017 mindset that always pisses me off.
Running backs.
It's we already know. We know that how we just gonna throw the ball. We got to start changing our mindset, man. We got to start changing the way we talk, because if it's a strong defensive draft, then go out and go get defense. Because if you look at this defense, okay, here it is again.
Anymore.
Pete, quit cutting me off. I'm in my zone right now. If you quit, if you see how even you see how the Saints don't have both tackles.
Yep.
And they, without Alvin Kamara, automatically we're supposed to say, because we have all of our money dedicated to the defensive line, they're supposed to dominate. And last time we was like this, we got our asses whipped. So this is why I'm if it's a defensive draft, you load that bitch, because I mean, you can't keep doing trying to go the opposite way. Oh, if this is a strong defensive class, then we're gonna pick up the little offensive gems. You're putting that in your head. No, go where the strength is.
Yeah.
And with this game, I mean, at the end of the day, I know the reason why it's so important, because we need consistency. It's not just about the home. I mean, yes, we haven't won a home game, but I remember we did that with Chip Kelly. Where we didn't win a home game for a while, but we was road warriors.
Jimmy's point that he just made is a good point.
I'm right there.
Support taking a receiver in the second round. There's a ton of receiver depth in this free agency class, and the Eagles.
Yeah, I have no problem going out into free agency and grabbing the wide receiver, but I also you also pick on guys like Quez Watkins and Devonta Smith.
Well, the thing is too, this is the thing that people forget as well. JJ's gone. Jalen Reagor, you know what he is, so he's not contributing anything. Greg Ward's probably gone. So you still need to add depth there. And me and Jimmy are right on the same mindset. This is why I love Jimmy, because Allen Robinson is the exact person I was thinking of this entire
coming off a poor season.
Well, that's how I look at
it. Tim Patrick.
Well, he just got re-signed.
Yeah, he just got paid.
Oh, really? He got re-signed by the Broncos? Damn.
He got a 3-year extension. Listen, there's nothing I love more than unrestricted. unrestricted, like guys that never
Josh
got drafted
yeah.
to get paid.
Yeah, people
Guys that never got
undrafted
drafted to get
people
paid.
making a name for themselves.
Love it. I absolutely love those kind of stories. I love.
I tip my hat off to him. He deserved it because he's a guy that he'll moss people. But between like all the free all these free agent wide receivers, I mean, we know who's the diamond of that free agency class.
Chris
but Al
Godwin.
Robinson is like that perfect value. What's up?
Devontae Adams, he's the top on the free agency class.
I think it's up there between Adams,
but I'm like Allen Robinson's that nice little in between. You're gonna pay him, but you don't have to pay him as much
you don't
as
have to pay him
Adams.
anything crazy. Yeah.
And then that will still allow you to draft another wide receiver because I mean, he's a young guy, but he's he ain't gonna have but so many years.
I could see them taking
a shot. Love Chris Godwin.
The guy from Alabama, John Mechie, in like the 3rd round or something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against John Mechie either. Yeah, Allen Robinson's only 28.
Is Washington available?
Washington who?
James Washington from Pittsburgh. Is this going to be his last year?
Barely ever used him.
Very good.
Yeah, he's okay.
He does nothing for me.
It's hard. I mean, like it's hard for me to put a rating on him because just for that. I mean, I know he got bumped
down. He's never
on
the field. He's never on the field. That's the issue.
But it's like when he was on the field, he'll make plays. That's why I'm like, it's just right now we're when you're sitting so good with draft picks and capital and your salary cap, this is like either we're gonna continue on the path of development and really, be one of those teams that's competing every year, or we're gonna do like the dream team and waste a shit ton of money, draft horrible, and then we're gonna have to rebuild again because that's where we're at right now, and that's why I'm on the fence about Howie because
I think if we continue drafting to the degree that we have in the last few years, and we build off of that, which we've had 2 solid years of draft classes. If you continue off that, based on what we've seen, I feel confident heading into this year's draft. Not to mention you have 10 picks. Not to mention the fact you're going to have close to $60 million in this year, and then even more so in the year after.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that this is a historic free agent wide receiver class. Not to mention the fact that this is a huge defensive class in the draft. Like there's so much opportunity to make this team better.
You're 100%.
And here's the thing. This is why I'm like, if I want to give Howie credit, hopefully he's using when he went to that damn Pittsburgh and North Carolina game that he was trying to cause a smoke screen to make it seem like he wants to draft a quarterback and put pressure on the Texans and Detroit to drafting one of those quarterbacks so we can get my boy from Oregon because that's who we need. We need that joker that's all around. Because he can play outside, inside, and on the defensive end. Like, come on, man. That's what you want.
I think Howie was just trying to. I honestly think he went there just to mess with Hurts and be like, "What are you going to do? I'm scouting QBs. What are you going to do?"
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, though,
man,
he'd be a perfect fit with the Eagles. He's just That's the type of game-changing defensive end talent, the Chase Young type talent that the Eagles would really use.
Can he be a Myles Garrett? That's what I'd like.
He definitely could be.
But that's the thing about him. He can not only just rush the passer, you can use him as a linebacker.
Oh my goodness! The best part about this draft is amazing. I think the best part about the draft is that there's going to be so many QB needy teams. They're gonna like your Matt Corrals, your Malik Willis's, your whatever Alabama quarterback is just gonna randomly slide in there. Like your Kenny.
Bryce Young is not going to be able to be drafted.
Bryce Young can't come out this year. He'll be a top pick next year. But I completely agree with you. There's no way that you can sell me on the fact that a quarterback is not going to go number 1. There's going to be a team that talks itself into it. The team
exactly, and that's my thing. It's like
let him do it. Let him do that. Whatever dumbass team wants to take a running back high or a wide receiver high, let him have it.
Like, Johnny, do you see, like, right now, out of all the quarterbacks in this upcoming draft class, do you see any quarterback that's better than Hurts?
No. There's
No.
Hurts
Okay, then that's why I'm like,
which Jalen Hurts? Like that's the thing. Is
Well,
it the,
yeah, the one
if it's the Jalen Hurts who played last week? I don't think any. If it's the
no.
inconsistent guy, then you can make an argument for here.
well, he is, but that's what
He's
just
getting
showed
better,
you
though.
what helps him
He's
make
getting
him
better.
consistent by him running the ball. Because as you saw in that third quarter, by the time that Denver defensive line was worn out by our run, so he knew that pass rush wasn't as effective. He started getting more comfortable in the pocket. That's what I took from it. By helping him with the run game, is allowing him to get comfortable in that pocket, is allowing him to trust climbing up in that pocket.
Yeah.
There's too many times where when he's climbing up in that pocket, he's already seen that open field, so he'll take off. But now when he climbs up, even though he sees that open lane, he's still looking down the field and is willing to take the shot. And that's where you call that's true development, and it's going hand in hand. Right now, we have our formula to win because, as you saw with that Denver game, I know everybody wants to, make fun of Denver and try to give them all the excuses in the world. At the end of the day, they waxed the Cowboys.
They're winning.
And when they played us, we waxed them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
so
they're 5-5.
Oh, go ahead.
Come on.
Juju, Allen Robinson, DJ Chark. I don't really like Juju, but I'll take the last two options definitely.
I don't want Juju at all.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want
no,
Juju
either.
No.
Jamison Crowder is
I'll
like
take DJ
he's an
Chark
injury.
over him.
He's an ACL tear waiting to happen.
Matter of fact, can we cut Jalen Reagor now and let's go get DJ Shark?
I'll take DJ Shark in a minute. It's not even a question.
Exactly.
He's an old LSU boy, isn't he?
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Yes,
But-
sir.
I think
Shark.
that
Shark's
the
amazing.
Eagles defense. If we use all those picks on defense, we go defense heavy like the Cowboys did in their draft, but we take it to another level because we obviously have those 3 first-round picks. The Eagles defense has pieces on it, veterans that can teach.
You have Fletcher Cox. You have Brandon Graham.
Slay, yeah, we got Slay, Cox, Graham. I mean, this could be
You'll possibly
good
bring back Steven
Year
Nelson.
2 of
Like, you have a lot of guys.
we got Goddard. Honestly, the Eagles, if they don't make the playoffs this year, we're going to make the playoffs next year. I fully
Yeah,
believe
I 100% agree.
Well,
I
that's one
completely
thing.
do what you're supposed.
Right.
If you do what you're supposed to do, it's going to be a good year next year.
Absolutely.
It's going to be 2017.
And that's what I'm saying. Right now, if we're knocking on the door, if we slide in at that number 7, it was a very successful season because we went into the season very optimistic.
Exactly.
And we went into it knowing that it was going to be a developmental season. We wanted to see if we need to draft a quarterback or go get. I mean, right now he's proving that he can be the guy as long as you run it right. We don't found out this is a perfect winning formula to allow him to continue to get better. If you look back at, if you want to bring up Dak, if you want to bring up Patrick Mahomes, you want to bring up Josh Allen, I guarantee you will see that they had a running game in those beginning of the first couple of seasons.
Yeah.
They had to have a running game in order to develop.
Well, look at Dak's rookie year. Him and Zeke were drafted
Dak's
the same year, and look how that turned out.
Exactly. And what did everybody was saying? That was more of Dak just handing the ball off. He doesn't really have to throw. It was just all Ezekiel Elliott, or he was dinking and dunking. Yeah. You gotta remember, they didn't get Amari Cooper until the next year.
Right.
Year 3.
No.
So Bill Middlebrook says, imagine, boys, trading only 1 first rounder this year, draft the defense with the rest, and give a first rounder in 2023 for Russell Wilson, take the money and sign Chris Godwin. And yes, I believe he's going.
I mean, that's a really fun fantasy, but it's just if I don't see that's tempting. That's really tempting. I like
it. I like where your head's at.
You get 2 high quality picks on defense, and then the rest of the draft is defense. And then you get Russ and Godwin, and then your top 3 wide receivers are Godwin, Smith. And Quez.
You
like that. That's
for
like
me.
The
You put a lot of stock
cook.
on Godwin. Where the only reason why I don't have so much stock on Chris Godwin is because when I see him play, you gotta remember what's on the other side of him. You got Mike Evans.
You got Mike
but
Evans.
It's like this until I see a game where Mike Evans is not on the field and it's just like Antonio Brown and Chris Godwin goes off. Okay, I'll tip my hat off to him. But right now, he's got to have that complimentary piece.
Teams have already started to send double teams at Devontae Smith in his rookie year. So next year, I mean, he's going to be better and better.
Oh,
Exactly. I mean, I'm like, I didn't want to pick Devontae as my offensive player of the game because I gotta see how he goes against Marshawn Lattimore because that's my corner.
I
You know what
won
I'm
it
saying?
that year, and I was told he wasn't going to be any good. That was fun.
Oh yeah, he's too skinny.
Somebody told me Marshawn Lattimore wasn't going to be good. Wait. Who was the guy from Jake? Who was the guy from that draft? The sexual assault guy. The corner. He played for the Raiders for a little bit.
Yeah, what the hell was his name?
I forgot. I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
I had a guy who I used to do a podcast with. He loved that guy.
Damon Arnett.
Oh, he's going to be better than Marshawn Lattimore.
Yes.
And he was So I won't say a name.
Was it Damon Arnett?
No, it was not Damon Arnett. This was 2017, Johnny.
Oh, okay. Who was the guy that the Lions drafted in the top 3 from Ohio State, the corner?
Oh my God!
Oh,
I know his name too because I was so high on him.
The way that Marshawn turned out.
Yeah.
Jeff Okudah.
Yeah, Okudah. That's what I was like. I know it starts with an O.
I would honestly I would look at him in the offseason and be like, "Hey, here's a 6th-round pick. There you go."
Jeff had a real bad rookie year, and he's going to be coming off a torn ACL this year. So I don't know. He's had a rough start. He has the potential to be great, but again, we keep talking about potential.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Right now we're seeing with our potential that we have on this team come to fruition.
Thank you.
Gary Connolly. Okay.
Connolly sucks.
Loved Gary and Connolly.
You mean love?
I wanted Gary and Connolly. That was one.
I did not. I wanted Marshawn Lattimore more than I wanted breathing.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna use that. That's actually really good.
Yeah, that was good, Pete. See,
we were so close. Fucking Saints, man. Fucking Saints.
Hey, the Saints done fucked our draft up a lot. If you really think on it, like we run it. Alvin Kamara. We didn't get him. We really looked at Dalvin Cook, but Alvin Kamara was supposed to be our 2nd-round pick that year.
He's a little bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alvin Kamara, he's a little crybaby. And if they played us, they would have lost. I'm like,
love it. Oh,
that my mother had a cock, she'd be my father.
Man, I don't even sweat that, man. You just respect players' game, man. I don't even care about words anymore because as you can tell by the media, we gotta have something to talk about every day, and that's where words and hanging on. Hell, I saw all y'all eyes lit up when you found out that Jalen Hurts was talking to Peyton Manning. Like, what?
Oh no.
So guess what? That's
we have another rivalry starting. Here we go.
Oh,
I love it. I love it.
Jake, I gotta hop off because I gotta put my stuff away that I brought home.
Is that what we call a second now?
That's fine. We're about to wrap up soon anyway. But
Johnny, don't even sweat it, man.
Great having you back.
That's what he's talking about.
Later.
And Jimmy, get after Pete.
You can't touch this. It's
please.
It's like MC Hammer. Can't be touched.
All you gotta do is just fall back into that plaid couch back there, and that's how I touch you.
You can't touch the couch.
My God, I swear, are you like in a 35-degree angle when you sit up, or because it's like when you go sit back in that chair?
I get bored. Sometimes I like sitting in the chair. Sometimes I like moving around.
Oh my God!
You gotta remember, I literally sit in a chair all day long at work, so I don't want to sit for too long.
Like a squirrel.
Damn right.
Always moving.
Exactly, but that's why I say we take it. That's where it was a great win last week. It was glad to see that the improvements and seeing that we're starting to have a winning formula. But now it's like I love how the victory speech where Rodney McLeod even said it: consistency. You know, we got to build on it, not just and then, you know, harp on about having a home win, but that's where we need to see from everyone on that roster, including the coaches. I mean, we got to see how well are we going to carry this momentum and how can we continue to build, because I mean, I don't knock it if we make it to the seventh, you know, that seventh spot in the playoffs. I don't know why people want to try to tank the season. It's like you don't tank the season when you're trying to if you're trying to win.
Yeah.
And I'm also go ahead.
Yeah, and especially when you have like young guys, like as young as our team is, it's good to get them that experience.
You
early,
building
right?
a winning culture. You know, you gotta build a winning atmosphere. It's like, how is it that you gonna tell Devontae Smith, hey man, I want you to hold off on your talents till next year so we can get some, you know, more talent in the draft. But I don't want you to catch any balls. I want you to take a little bit of like, no, you want a winning mentality. Every Sunday you want to say, hey, we're gonna line up, we're gonna smack you in the mouth. That's why I love the run game. I mean, me personally,
I feel like if the schedule was tougher, then I feel like more fans would be like, all right, let's tank the rest of the season. But like you're playing the Jets, you're playing the
Giants,
a Saints team that sucks, you're playing the Giants, you're playing the Washington football team, and you're playing
that's actually the biggest game.
You're playing a Dak-less Cowboys in week 17.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't even give a fuck how the rosters look. I would still want, like, even if we had a strong schedule, I like if we know we don't have a chance to make the playoffs. I like messing up other people's playoff rankings and stuff like that.
If the next six games were like,
you gotta have something to play for, man.
Actually, I disagree. If our next 6 games are like the Cowboys, the Packers, the Chiefs, the Rams, and stuff like that.
You line up and you ready to punch them in the fucking mouth because you're doing a disservice to.
That's not happening though.
You're doing a disservice to veterans like Darius Slay and Jason Kelsey, who is balling the fuck out, man. Like you're gonna.
Out. I just know my team's not beating like 5 of the 6. Like it's just
sure, but it's. Again, it's
any given Sunday. I mean, dude, you can't just say that no more. This is not the cliche seasons that we're used to growing up in. This is completely different.
Not this year.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck can happen every Sunday. Right. Because guess what? I know plenty of people that lost money.
Because we haven't beat any premier team the whole season. So
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, you're right. Not if we beat Dak. If Dak plays in week 17 and we beat him, then I'll be like, okay, cool, we beat a premier team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but listen,
I mean, right now you gotta find anything to build off of, man. You got that's what it's all about. You gotta. It's like if you're talking about a young roster, you're talking about getting younger. You want to be that team that competes for Super Bowls every year. You got to find something to hang your hat on. I mean, to take it from The Last Dance, Michael Jordan always found something to light his fire to compete every game. And that's what you want to have at that mentality.
That's a good one. I like that. That made me laugh.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to find anything to give you that killer mentality.
Spot, and I have no absolute problem with that.
But about Dallas Goedert.
You're in. It doesn't matter how you get in. It's
there you go. It's like
as long
you want to go to the prom. If you want to go to the prom to kiss a girl, you got to go.
Having the easiest schedule in the NFL makes me feel way more confident in like wanting to win these games. Like if we had a harder schedule, I might be looking at the draft classes a little bit more because I'd be like, all right, what's one additional win against like 6 actual playoff contenders, as opposed to we're playing slop. We have an opportunity to make the playoffs, which kick some ass and get in the ball.
Yeah,
let's go.
Exactly. And the thing is too, right? Whatever sport you play, whether it be football, baseball, for Jimmy, rugby, for example. Shout out to Jimmy that plays rugby. But
hell yeah.
But like in the playoffs, it's anyone's game. In the playoffs, it's anybody's game.
Thank you. I mean, like you just want to make it to the dance.
Yep. Exactly.
That's all you want. You don't care how you get in because once you're in, all records are eliminated. Nobody remembers what you did in the regular season, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
When it comes because once you're in the playoffs, everybody remembers who was in the playoffs and who won in the playoffs.
Exactly. Yep. And even then, right? Even if and I've seen people on social media being like, "Oh, I don't want to make the playoffs because we'll just get blown out and destroyed." I'm like, even so, it's still.
I mean, I don't
an
really
experience for these
honestly.
young guys.
Okay, for people like that, I mean, look back at the that playoff game with the Seahawks. If Carson Wentz wouldn't have got hurt, we was the hottest damn team. Like people was actually really looking at us like, yo, we might not want to play the Eagles in the playoffs.
See, I would agree with that. It's like, oh, I don't want to go in the playoffs just to get blown out, if not for the fact that I have 2 additional first-round picks. So I don't really give a shit if my pick is in the 20s because I have a pick in the top 5 and I have a pick that's going to be between 15 and 20.
That's exactly.
That also makes it a little bit easier because obviously in any other year I'd be like, all right, fuck it, just tank. It doesn't matter. I don't care. But because of the fact that the schedule is so easy, because of the fact that I already have a guaranteed top 5 pick in the Miami pick, because of the fact that I already have the Colts pick that should get me from 12 to 20, anything the Eagles do is gravy. Like, whatever. Like, you win a playoff game? Fantastic. I win a playoff game and I get a fucking top 5 pick.
Yeah.
But not only
the normal caveats for years like this are different. Like, other years you might be like, maybe we want to be bad, or maybe we want to go all in. I can go all in this year and still have a top 5 pick.
Jimmy also says, too, weirder things happen when 2 teams play each other. When one team is expecting a win and the other team is expecting the other side just playing to the best of their ability and not giving a fuck. Exactly. Yeah. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. Who cares?
There you go. And that's my whole mentality. If you know you got nothing to lose, all you got to do is just show up and kick some ass. Hey, you'd be surprised how far that gets you.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, look at Tennessee. I mean, we was all like, everybody was getting ready to down Tennessee, but they was like, "There's no,
Henry's out. They're done. They're cooked."
Yeah, but they never lost their formula, and that's what I'm.
Tannehill's good. Tannehill is such a good quarterback. He's ridiculous.
He's not like he's good. He's not like elite or anything like that. But like for what they need, and for what the offense needs, he's perfect. He's perfect for their system.
And then you got the rumblings are starting. Derrick Henry, hey, maybe come back in January.
That's the thing.
Imagine that.
He could be back in the play.
Imagine giving up a 5th round pick for Ryan Tannehill.
Well, it's only the Dolphins.
But
I mean,
can we make another trade with the Dolphins? They're stupid. I want to get some more stuff from them.
See, you calling the Dolphins stupid, but that's what a lot of these Eagles fans are trying to do. See, that's what happens when you try to search for that 5,000-yard quarterback, and here it is. You had the quarterback that was efficient in a true game manager, but you're too busy wanting to chase after that big-time quarterback that you got rid of him. You shipped him to Tennessee. Tennessee was like, okay, we don't need you to be throwing the ball all over the place. We're going to build up this offensive line. We got a big back. Just run it and make the right throws. And that's what he does. And look at him win. I'm like, yo, that's a winning formula.
The Dolphins gave me Carson Wentz, Carson Wentz, Jay Ajayi, Devonta Smith, Zach McPherson, and whoever the fuck else I'm gonna
end up getting
in the draft. Like, they are the team. And never forget, they also gave us a 2nd round pick for AJ Philly. They are the team that keeps fucking giving.
Oh, that's why.
Well, because when you're trying to chase other people's formula and not create your own, then you're just constantly going to be making mistakes. I mean,
the people who are running that organization are just morons.
Well, that too, but to me, it's like they always trying to pattern their team after what they think is the winning formula in the NFL.
Well, they had the guy running the football team was like, "You don't fit my culture. I want you to get the fuck out."
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the point. It's like what you gotta. It's like this. You gotta stick to what works for your team. If you seeing production, you seeing positive things coming from what you're doing on the field for a la us running the ball, then why would you deviate from it? It's like you can't keep, I want to pass one game here because we think it's like a good matchup. Okay, it sounds like a good matchup, but don't lose who you are. Like, I mean, that's why I love it how, I mean, now they calling, what is it? Mailata is the walk-in freezer or the fridge. Like, Leonard Dickinson is the walk-in freezer. I mean, like, That's what you want, because you got two big guys mowing down people. It's like, why are you trying to keep them in pass blocking situations? That's not their game. They want to put your hands on you. They want to see are you man enough to block me? And so that's what, don't ever deviate to what your team is presenting you. If this is what wins you games, then run with it and help improve it. That's where coaching. I mean, I cool down on Nick Sirianni too. You know, he's starting to, I guess he's starting to feel, you know, get a better feel of the game and the locker room. Gannon, I'm still out on the fence because
let's just be honest.
Yeah, he stinks. But I mean, you see Sirianni really growing into the position along with Jalen Hurts. It's kind of cool because they're like growing together in their position.
And that's what I'm saying. Why mess up that chemistry? Even though this is not Nick Sirianni's guy, if we like to say, but he was willing to understand. He's starting to see his game, and they're growing together. I mean, they talk like now. You've seen that relationship, quarterback and coach relationship, how important it is. Yep, and how they both can grow.
But before we wrap up, Todd, give us your score prediction and players of the game for Sunday.
Well, I did go like a little high, like a 31-17 kind of game, but I'll dial it back and keep it at a 28-20 kind of game.
Okay.
You know,
reasonable.
You know, I keep it like that. For my offensive player of the game, I'm gonna go with Hurts. I mean, Pete, I just got to see the matchup between them and Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, I know it's easy to
see this right here.
I mean, that's what I say. It's a little bit too easy, but I don't want to put the pressure on the kid. I could have went with Goddard.
He's an Alabama wide receiver. He's used to pressure.
He'll be ready.
I know, but it's just like, hey, the guy that's got delivering the ball. That's why I went with him is Jalen Hurts. I feel like he's gonna, you know, have the same kind of game that he had when his NFL debut with them. You know, running the ball, making efficient throws, and keeping the chains moving. Defensive player of the game, I think I'll pull out the Ouija board and conjure up, you know, Hargrave so he can make an appearance in the game. Because I'm going to go with him. I didn't want to go with the hot hand Darius Slay, even because I mean that was just a little bit too easy. Because I like other players to shine. You know, I want to see. I was going to take Davion Taylor, but I mean we don't blitz the linebackers like that no more. I think he'll be an awesome blitzer. I really do.
Yeah,
but that's. I'm going to lean on that one. I mean, because I don't really see. With Alvin Kamara out, I don't know.
Their wide receivers also out too. I forget his name. They're what's his name? Oh my god, I forget his name.
Johnny No Good.
The one with the dreads. I forget his name. Oh my god.
Oh, was it Robin? It's not Robinson, is it? No.
Hold on. I'm about to look this up right now because it's gonna bother me.
Yeah, because I know like this. I don't know why Thomas is like this. I know it's not Thomas, but it's just. that's terrible. Yeah, exactly. You know,
what is their depth chart looking like? Hold on, this is really going to bother me. Was it Marquez? I think it was Marquez Callaway. That's who it was.
Okay, Callaway. Okay.
Yeah. Marquez Callaway. So like, and the thing is too, I just don't know how they're going to score points. I don't know.
And that's where I was just dumbfounded. I was like, okay, Kamara's out. You don't have Michael Thomas. All right, you know they're going to dink and dunk, you know, with Mark Ingram. I mean, we really got to stop him. But as far as like who's like on the outside threats, we just had to look it up. I mean, they don't really have a tight end that's making noise.
Is it Jared? No, Jared Cook's I think on the
he's
Rams,
not. I thought it was Chargers.
I forget.
I thought it was Chargers.
You might be right.
But either way, he's not there. So is
Adam Troutman? I don't know.
Okay. Well, either way, we cannot allow with Troutman. We can't let him trout around in the middle of the damn field.
Yeah. Yep.
How about that?
I just don't. Again, I don't know how this team scores points. I don't know how they'll be able to.
But I'll pull out the black jersey since we're gonna be
All
in black. So,
All black.
yeah.
I hate the all black jerseys. I'm so sick of them. I don't like them.
Well, because that's
you're sick. You're sick.
That was like that's the sickest color that we had in a long. That's why I'm still wanting Kelly Green back. I mean, we need Kelly Green back, man. It's like sorry, the midnight green has worn its welcome. It's worn its welcome.
Everyone loves the Kelly Green jerseys, even though we were a loser franchise when we wore them.
Yes.
Not until we had that defense, baby. That Buddy Ryan defense.
What the zero?
Randall Cunningham. I mean, if Cunningham don't get hurt that year, we might be having a Super Bowl.
If my mother had a cock, she'd be my father. Like, come on now.
Well, hey, I mean, that's what I say. Hey, this is an optimistic town. We always saying if. So guess what? That's just another log on the fucking fire.
If I have to hear about one more if in Philly sports, I'll rip my hair out.
But I just think we need to go back to the Kelly Green.
Here, if we do this, if we do that.
But can you at least agree that we need to go back to the Kelly Green? I mean, you talking about it's a losing season. I mean,
we've been talking about the Kelly Green for like 15 years. Okay, if it hasn't happened by now, I don't think it's happening.
It'll happen.
I think it'll happen. Updated eventually. Uniform. Yeah, just update the uniforms, man.
Yeah, but
we need new uniforms. We're not fucking Raiders, man. We're not the Raiders, the Bears.
Because of monetary ties, it has to be like a 3 or 4 year process before you can even switch over.
Well, it's weird too, right? Because like you see all these teams like the Jaguars and the Bengals, like they're all getting new uniforms.
Exactly.
So when's
but here's the thing: like they would have to completely get like the Browns did. They'd have to make new uniforms, and for whatever reason, the Eagles don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. We need to, because we was like this. We won the chapter. We won the Super Bowl with the midnight green. Okay, close that chapter. Let's start a whole new chapter.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I look at it.
New chapter. I mean, let's just wear old clothes
that look damn good. We all fashion always recycle old shit. Get your mind right. But you want to run through the games, Jake?
No,
for Sunday.
Yeah, we'll do that real quick.
You guys can do that. I am going to bed.
All right, Pete.
Good.
Yeah, good. I'm tired of carrying this show.
Oh, you carrying this show?
My back is all sore and hurt from all the carrying.
Because you keep on bending over like a 35-degree angle. That's why your back hurts carrying the damn show.
I carried Johnny for 6 months. What are you talking about? My back is sore and hurt.
Nah, from you leaning all over the fucking place. I swear, you need to stretch like Richard.
No, Jake I won't lie. I carry Johnny, but Jake carries me every week.
Go to bed.
I am.
I'm going to bed. I have an early as fuck day at the dealership tomorrow, and I need to
sell some cars, man. Sell them, man.
Have fun.
Make that commitment,
baby. Sell like 30. That'd be nice.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Empty out the lot.
All right, Pete.
Later.
All right, let's do these picks and we'll get on out of here.
All right.
So, starting off, Baltimore Ravens against the Chicago Bears. Ravens.
It's in Chicago?
Yes.
Come on, I'll let that be my upset.
Okay.
I'm going to let that be my upset. Well, no. I'm going to go with the Ravens because Khalil Mack is out.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I haven't heard a thing about him all year, and I had to look up his stats after he got hurt. He's having a good year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just when you have that rookie quarterback, everybody focus on the quarterback, and you forget about everybody else.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. Detroit Lions against the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. Give me the Browns. Let's move on.
Brown.
As much as I'd love to see Pete cry and have the Browns lose to the Lions, it's not.
Absolutely. Well, like, if we can have that like a hidden like upset pick, yeah, but
well, Jared Goff might not play either, so you can take that for what you will. 49ers at Jacksonville. Give me the Niners. They're gonna start rolling. Yeah, this next game's tricky though. The Indianapolis Colts at Buffalo. This game's tricky. They're giving the Buffalo Bills 7, which I don't like. They're giving them 7.
They're giving them 7.
They're giving the Buffalo Bills 7.
And what drove Philly fans crazy, about Carson Wentz when he does like just those plays that's just you don't need.
Right,
and he was doing them last game, but I mean it didn't really hurt him. But the one thing like I'm giving the Colts is that they are dominating the run.
They're a good defensive team. They're a very good defensive team.
This is definitely a toss-up. I won't give the edge to Buffalo. I would have only gave them 3, though.
Yeah, I'd only give them 3.
I don't like that 7.
Yeah, I don't like that 7 at all. That 7 just spells bad news for me. Yeah, as well, just for the fact that I need Carson to play snaps, and I also need the Colts to lose for draft pick purposes. So let's keep going.
Damn right. That's why I was like, can't deviate off the motion.
I need Carson to play 3 more games, and that first round pick's ours. So 3 more. Hopefully he stays healthy. Fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
Now the trash bowl game of the week: the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. This is another tricky one, actually. Now that I look
with
at
Joe Flacco starting, what's that turn that pick to? What was that conditional? Like since he's starting, like what does it get transferred to like a 6 or a 5?
It's similar to Wentz's. It's a certain percentage of snaps, and then it turns from a 6th to a 5th, if I remember correctly.
Oh, come on. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Jets as my upset on that one. I need Mighty Joe. Yeah, we need to flip them picks.
Yeah, the Dolphins are only having 3.5, so that tells you. I mean, to be fair, if it was at Miami, it'd be 6.5.
Yeah, I would go with Miami. This is definitely like you got to give like the home field advantage to the Jets, but it's like not so much.
The thing is too, they're coming off an emotional win, a big, huge win for Miami. So
it's had a nice little 10-day layoff. You coming off feeling yourself.
Feeling good. Yep. I don't know.
Yeah. It's definitely a good setup for it.
Yeah, but give me the Jets in an upset. Next game, Washington football team at Carolina.
Ooh, Cam starting again.
Yeah, Cam.
I don't want to put it. I'm not going to put it as like I don't think there's no animosity between him and Riverboat Ron, but
no.
Give me Cam because you talking about with Cam and Christian McCaffrey in that backfield.
It's amazing how much better they look too. That's the crazy
thing. Because I mean you can't help but to look in the backfield because you got to know where McCaffrey is at all times, and then you got Cam who's big as fuck and can still run.
Yeah.
So, and losing Chase Young was that was big.
He wasn't having like a crazy good year though. I think he only had 1 sack this year, but still, but the kind of player that he is.
You could tell in that Tampa game, like that defensive line was coming off the ball. He wasn't getting home, but he forced Tom Brady to throw it a lot faster, and that's what caused those interceptions. So sometimes it's not the hits or the sacks that counts. It's about speeding up that clock, but. I think, they're coming off of a big win, emotional win too with, Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go with Carolina on that one.
See, I really like Tyler Heineke. I really, really like Tyler Heineke.
He's a little sneaky little fucker, ain't he? He's like Doug Flutie.
He's good.
That's who he reminds me of.
Yeah, he's good. He
reminds me of Doug Flutie.
I think it's going to be a big emotional game for Cam too, because it's going to be his first game actually back at home, and then you have Ron Rivera coming back. It's going to be a whole thing.
Yeah, damn.
You're going to have that whole Super Bowl 50 reunion, so that's good. They're going to have a whole thing for that. So,
well, but it's going to be an emotional game all around. But I'm going to just stick to Carolina.
Yeah, give me Carolina.
I like Carolina defense a little bit more, just a little bit.
Yeah, New Orleans Saints and Eagles. We already said Eagles. We went with that.
Eagles, yeah.
Houston Texans against the Tennessee Titans. Moving on, Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee.
No question.
Green Bay Packers at Minnesota. Packers are favored by 1.
God.
I never like Vikings games. I never like them.
Whatever
game it is, whatever game they're supposed to win, they lose, and whatever game they're supposed to lose, they win. I hate it.
And that's how I feel. It's like
I never bet Minnesota.
I pick them to win. They lose. I don't. They win. Yeah. It's in Minnesota.
Yeah. Oof.
But
tough, right?
But Green Bay got that defense, man. Hey, we shouldn't have got rid of Rasul Douglas. I'm trying to tell you this.
He's looking good. Yeah, he's
exactly
playing well.
Hey, he got that dog in him, but
yeah, I've always liked this.
Who did Minnesota play last week? Or were they on the bye?
No, they played last week. They played the Chargers, right? I think it was the Chargers. Yeah, okay. It was the Chargers. They beat the Chargers. Yep.
Oh, they beat the Chargers.
Yeah, they beat the Chargers. So,
so two teams coming off of big wins. This is my toss-up pick. This definitely is. I mean, I'm going to pick Green Bay, but this is like you said, this is a game that if Minnesota wins, I really wouldn't be surprised because this is this is what they do.
All right, so getting into the 4:00 slot, Cincinnati Bengals at Las Vegas going against the Raiders. Bengals are favored by 1.
It's in Las Vegas.
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, I was going to lean towards the Bengals because
I think the Bengals get back on track.
Yeah. And the Raiders defense is taking some mild hits, and I don't think they have anybody that's going to keep up with Jamar Chase. So it's going to be a great game for Burrow.
Yeah, they're just a mess right now. Arizona Cardinals at Seattle. DeAndre Hopkins is out, and Kyler Murray is a game time decision. So,
but DeAndre Hopkins out. Give me Seattle.
Give me Seattle. Yeah, give me Seattle. Dallas Cowboys at Kansas City. This is going to be a shootout. This is going to be this has shootout written all over.
Yeah, this is that game. I know the Cowboys want to come out to prove themselves. The Chiefs are getting back to their winning ways, but it's in Kansas City, and everybody forgets how loud Arrowhead gets, and they're gonna be pumped because they know that the Cowboys are trying to come in and stomp them out. So I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm going to believe in Andy. Still got some hatred towards them damn Cowboys, and he's going to take care of them. That was my little Andy Reid impression right there.
Time is yours. But getting into the Sunday night docket.
All right.
Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. The Steelers are without Ben Roethlisberger, which it's a huge loss. Like,
it's like, and they put themselves
anymore.
Yeah, but not only that, they put themselves in the position. It's like you knew Ben was declining. It's like you had 4 years to draft a quarterback, man.
Yep.
4 to 5 years, but y'all kept hanging your hat on them.
Yep. And that's just how the Steelers are. They're loyal by default. Look at their coaches. They've only had 3 coaches in 60 years, which is insane.
But granted, at least they saw success with those coaches. I mean, that's the one thing that you can truly hang their hat on. They have competed. Like, that's what I mean by at least the Steelers are going to compete every year, and you just don't really know like how it's going to go. But at least you're confident that team can make a playoff run.
Yeah, and I think it's a stat with Tomlin. He hasn't had a year since he's been the Steelers head coach where he's lost less than 10 or he's won less than 10 games. So every year he's won over 10 games as the Steelers head coach. So that's impressive.
I mean, his worst record was a 500 record.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how that lets you know what kind of coach you have.
Yeah, he's never had a losing record. That's what it was. He's never had a losing record as a head coach. Yeah. Give me the Chargers. Monday Night Football. This is a joke. I'm surprised they didn't flex this. New York Giants at Tampa Bay. Give me Tampa Bay.
I'm going to take Tampa Bay.
I think it's going to be close, though. I have a feeling.
It's
weird.
Like, I don't know about you guys, but I was like, after watching that, Tampa, the Washington and Tampa Bay game,
Yeah, yeah.
I think that Super Bowl hangover is now starting to really take shape.
It could be, yeah, for sure. But the thing is, too, Tampa Bay has no corners. They have nobody. Everyone's hurt.
And that's one thing. Daniel Jones can move. They got some wide receivers, so this is like one of those games where, like, I would naturally pick Tampa Bay, like hands down. I'm still going to pick Tampa Bay, but I got that inkling. Like, if I was putting some money on the line, I would have to have 2 bets because I want to put some money on the Giants.
Yeah,
because I got a feeling they can upset in this game.
Yeah, you have Kadarius Toney, Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slade.
Exactly. You talking about? I will go 5 wide receivers on the very first drive.
What a disaster that Kenny Galladay contract is. It's not even his fault. That's the issue. I don't think he fits in the system.
That's what it is. He's not, for how they using him, it's not right.
Mm-hmm.
He's a down the field, can stretch it, but he likes to attack the middle also. Yep. And they're not really they're not using them right. They're really not.
No,
and that's why that's why it's looking like it is.
Yeah, it's a total disaster. But anyway, wrapping it up, fam. We appreciate you as always. Todd, as usual, appreciate you. Jimmy, appreciate you hopping in the comments. As always, John, great to see you. Great to see you back from school. Even though for a little bit for Thanksgiving break, and that's another thing. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We're not going to be on obviously on Thanksgiving because
yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, man.
Everyone, be safe, have fun, have a good time. Todd, are you guys doing anything in Germany for Thanksgiving or no? They don't.
Well, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but we got American families and everything, so we still celebrate Thanksgiving over here. But as far as the German community, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. But at the same time, they do have all the Christmas markets, like Glühwein, that's all going on. So that's
okay.
That gives you something to do. But right now, Corona's going back up. So it's like I gotta try to get a little bit of travel. It's right now everything is starting to shut down and borders are locking. So it's like, here we go again. Lord. I can't really enjoy getting good photos during Christmas time.
That's annoying.
Absolutely. I'm ready to, get back to normalcy. I'm getting, want to travel.
I hear you. But, yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone be safe. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the food. We might not have a show next week, depending on what's going on. Because
you want to do Thanksgiving picks right fast?
Thanksgiving.
Because I know I'll pick the Bears over the Lions all day. I don't know what the other 2 games are.
Let's do that real quick then. Thanksgiving NFL games. Here we go. Thanksgiving schedule real quick.
Yep.
First game at 12:30. Bears at Lions.
Bears.
And for context, these are the Thanksgiving games for everyone that's listening to the audio version. These are the Thanksgiving games. So Bears at Lions. What'd you say, Pete? Or Todd? Sorry.
See, that's what happens when Pete always talk you into your head,
exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But no, I was gonna go with the Bears on that one, even though it's at the Lions, right?
Yeah, it's at the Lions. It's on Thanksgiving. That's their game.
I still give it to the Bears.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's weird. This one's really weird.
I know it's like their tradition of Detroit plays magnificent on Thanksgiving. For some strange odd reason, but I'm gonna go with the Bears. I think Justin Fields is gonna put on a show.
He's been looking better for sure. Yeah, he's been looking better. 4:30 game, Raiders at the Cowboys. That's a weird one too, actually.
I don't know how it's gonna come out my mouth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I know it's in Dallas, but it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like I'll take the Cowboys, but I would love to. Well, I'll make that my upset pick for the Raiders. But yeah, I know the Cowboys are gonna win.
Yeah. And then the Thanksgiving night game, Buffalo Bills at the Saints. Give me the Bills.
Damn.
all day.
They should have flexed that shit. Now that's a game you should have flexed. God almighty. Well, I'm knock on wood. I mean, we still got to play the Saints. So let me stop for a second, but I'll go with Buffalo.
Yeah, I'll take Buffalo all day. But again, fam, appreciate you guys hopping on with us. Appreciate you guys talking. Todd, appreciate you as always. Happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you.
Yep.
All right.
Happy Thanksgiving. Everybody stay safe. Make sure,
safe,
keep it healthy, man. Keep y'all health up, get checked out, whatever y'all gotta do, health and wellness, man.
Exactly. As always, Fan Friday is brought to you by Gleason's Bar, located at 6700 Mill Creek Avenue in Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or order online at Gleason'sBarAndSteaks.com. The website again is Gleason'sBarAndSteaks.com. We are also brought to you by, where is it? It's right here. We're also brought to you by Body Check Wellness. Body Check Wellness is a line of products, gummies, CBD oils, topicals. They got the whole line for you. Best wellness products in the business. Use promo code A2D for 25% off. Was originally 20, now it's 25. Hook yourself up a little bit. A little self-love.
Take care of you guys, man. Look how A2D take care of us, man.
Then obviously become an A2D member, $9.99 a month. Perks include appearances on shows, members only live streams, shout outs, weekly picks from the Money Pop podcast, and weekly picks from Willie Vegas with your daily fantasy tips. So spend money to make money. It's all about you guys with the membership. So Nate's been hot. He's going to continue to be hot. Same thing with Wilson with his daily fantasy picks. So,
hey,
become a member today.
Except for that Lakers game, man. That Lakers game cost a lot of people money.
Yeah. And then right before we go, as always, one of our favorite sponsors, get 20% off and free shipping with a promo code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. As always,
absolutely.
Jake Friel, Todd, appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate it every time.
Yeah. And we'll check you guys back next week. Maybe next week. Or maybe the following week.
Maybe.
On another edition of Fan Friday. Later, guys.
Later.